One West World. First everybody. Bitch, this is more than what they ever played us. Living by put me in the gas. Born in 91, pumping 93. Winter, Chevy pill like a nectar. But I keep it. It's more than what they ever played us. Living by put me in the gas. Born in 91, pumping 93. Winter, Chevy pill like a nectar. But I keep it clean. Man, I'm too for real. Comfortable with myself with they fraud. Man, I'm too legit. Off the thermostat, can't hold me back. Trying to check my tip. I'm my way, run my plate, really busy. Really in this field. Checking it, check me out when in doubt. I'm gonna make my bread. Never lose niggas, food is a feast. Just know we all gon' eat. Niggas slick on my shit, pop my shit. My bro said this shit greasy. She don't like the message. I kick wisdom. I'm just rude as species. Tell my side, but not too much. They feel me. I know talk is cheap. I'm controlling it from a distance. This how it's supposed to be. Give her what she never had. Now she can't get over me. I understand they don't want a man, they just want company. Shorty know I'm all about my gravy, trying to smother me. Get from under me, I ain't have no silver spoon. This shit come from underneath. I play for keeps, I don't see nobody. This shit tunnel V. I play for keeps, I don't see nobody. This shit tunnel V. This is more than what they ever played us. Living by, put me in the gas. Born in 91, pumping 93. Winter, Chevy pill like a nectar. But I keep it. It's more than what they ever played us. Living by, put me in the gas. Born in 91, pumping 93. Winter, Chevy pill like a nectar. But I keep it clean though.
Yeah, you know what it is. 140 for the rebel, busy man, shit, nigga. Tear your head off, nigga. I pray where Eve did to Adam, I just pray my love don't lie to me. Swing the iron like Samson, I can't let no hoe lie to me. I don't feel rappers, all they lies is hypocrisy. Ain't no competition, ain't no rivalry. Niggas think I'm playing, I don't hear one word they saying, this shit light work. Think Muhammad one of us, he might lose his life first. Suckle up and stay alert, another can stretch the nigga. He ain't demon, this an exorcism. Watch I bless the nigga. You took that oath in blood, then you know I'm gonna get active with you. From the opposition, I see vision. Let me paint the picture. Rappers claim they spin, I ain't listening. Is in fact the fear. If revenge was a woman, I scope that. We gon' run the summer, it's gon' be historical. Thought they making plays, made them niggas call the audible. Ask who run this shit, but their question is rhetorical. Bitch, I'm the one, me cookies with the oil. I'ma get it back as hell, should've never kidnapped my family. I can't do that, bet I be the last nigga standing. Do a life sentence for my niggas, pray you understand me. I might put a switch on this Glock and call it young baby. How you real triggering on them dots? You a bird feeder, claiming he a demon. What's a demon to a cold leader? What he saying something, I ain't hear him. This shit ain't about who got this gun, it's about who gon' up that fight first. I turn a bad situation to a game changer. Bring soldiers from the dead, just raise up the chain. Bring shots, I'ma look like Aaron Jones when I run it. Never bite the hand that feeds you, you'll never get that hand back. He bitchin' about 10%, I don't wanna hear none of that. He dropping sword, fuck him, just make sure you get that cover back. Look around, he ain't with us, probably cause he never was. Now my chin like you with the angels for your brothers. Everybody wanna be Richard Porter, God kill him like Alpo. Play if he want, it's laying in the trunk like Lee Malvo. A certified woman's ass nigga, I am not a toy. Hey, I want that hollow side. Yeah, this the rim accord. Feel like Gullah Jack when I'm in Fayetteville, you feel your boy. Still up on my bread, still I think that's all that I do. The way I get it, boy, lost, they gon' start to call him Elroy. Fuck his game, pop out on them dudes like I'm Hellboy.
Yeah.
Cold shit. I ain't come with goons, but I'm well connected. Walk in the room, it's pop, pop, like you got rejected. Let me see if you qualify or not. Spinning up in a tinted truck, riding around your block. Busy man. I get a word this shit from top to bottom like a motherfucking ceiling fan. Hopping out the rental van, on my way to LAX. Brothers out in Cali and they killers out of every set. But I ain't crippin' on no blood. One West, all my niggas got it out the mud. Put your face on a t-shirt, memory of niggas acting tough in them songs, that's the drugs. I don't need no cases, all my pistols clean. So now I weigh my options, used to use the triple beam. Used to get the wop, mix it with the nicotine. Now I travel state to state and put on for my team.
The fuck wrong with them? Ain't on my level, I should let my dog get them. I see niggas and they feelings all feel them. Keep the Glockin' with me, it was like a ball with it. Me at the end, I gotta stay patient. They hate me, Lord, I gotta stay dangerous. You one of them? Yeah. What's the problem? I'm one West, go to war with everybody. Cut the grass for the snake, fuck the gossip. Front line with them soldiers, that's my posture. Gun drawn, trying to cause an imposter. Shit get out the pocket, go to war with everybody, yeah. Send that hate, make it to the featherweights. Niggas say they hard, but they sweeter than a dedication. Hold on, think it's time to introduce. I'm a man and a beast and a step and a room. Hold on, and a G and a soldier and a mover. Hold on, and a killer and a prophet and a shooter, nigga. Trying to stay humble, my shit crazy. Cold leader, need the blue stripes, no brick baby. Can't be serious, you a funny boy, young fly. Look wrong, must be a dummy, I ain't gunshot. Fuck that little bitch, you hook. Nigga swear he the go, bring him to the bush. The fuck wrong with him? Ain't on my level, I should let my dog get him. Niggas in their feelings, I don't feel them. Kid the Glocky with me, it was like a ball with him. Be at the end, gotta stay patient. They hate me, Lord, I gotta stay patient. You one of them? What's the problem? I'm one West, go to war with everybody. I'm from Philly, you get hot, you catch a cold case. I'm one West, these brothers trying to set my soul straight. They done turned me to a prophet from a demon, and I'm locked in this shit, ain't leaving. Never. Ski mask transform the war mode like I'm Voltron. Stamp on my head and my chest from the most high. Put something tight around your neck like a bow tie. Got my niggas waiting charged up like they phone died. Red letter, drip clean, it looks so fly. Claim me riding, that's why I left his ass roadside. He gon' die, skyscraper to a nosedive. 9mm plus P, fuck a 4-5. The fuck wrong with him? Ain't on my level, I should let my dog get him. I see niggas and they feelings, I don't feel them. Keep the Glocky with me, it was like a ball with it. Be at the end, I gotta stay patient. They hate me, Lord, I gotta stay dangerous. You one of them? Yeah. What's the problem? I'm one West, go to war with everybody.
Hey man, why my face got to be blacked out? Why my face got to be blacked out? Huh? Yeah.
It's all right. I was right here.
All right. Yep. Some shut up.
Yours?
Just my fault.
You shut right up.
Ah shit.
Shalom, shalom. What's going on, everybody?
Lord of Christ.
Testing.
You know, it's Thursday night.
1 2 1 2.
Testing. Is this? Can they hear me? Is this mic on?
I can hear you loud and clear.
Oh, okay. You coming real loud in my damn ear.
With the two most popular men in the world,
Ooh.
No.
Kadazai and Aisha and Ashar.
Captain Cesariak and Captain
I might be top 5, but I'm probably 5.
the light-skinned duel.
Hey man, welcome to another edition of the Car Chronicles. Welcome to another edition of Cross the Line Radio.
He live so much he don't even know what show he's on.
With your hosts, Captains Zaryak and Kadazai, with a shark upon Aishaya Allah, coming to you once again on another Thursday evening.
Yeah.
Y'all know the phone lines that we don't use phone lines no more. We're in a new age. You can click the link and join. If you want to be a part of the show, click the link. You can still use your audio. You don't have to turn your camera on. But if you do come with a camera on, we just need to make sure you ain't no freak booty ass nigga. As long as you're
Right.
a regular, we don't want to get Sydney starred out here today. We do not want to get Sydney starred.
Crazy.
Condoms falling all over the place, stalking little kids. We don't want none of that on this evening. The title of today's show is Who Told Christians God's Laws Are Done Away With? This is a Shaga Pond's topic.
Blame your Christian pastor.
I'll blame your Christian pastor for teaching you to hate God. That's a fact. When we say the Christian church teaches you to hate God, and I dare any Christian that disagrees to come on a live stream and prove me wrong. Captain's 38 special, Jada Kiss, that's a dumbass question, because I'm going to go with Jada Kiss all day. I don't even know who 38 special is. What the fuck is that?
Boo, boo, boo.
Can he rap?
Nah, he could rap, but he not better than Jada.
Come on, man.
He acting like a diva right now.
That's the appropriate word for these new age niggas. These new age niggas with these skinny jeans, pants sagging, divas.
Diva.
Like Beyonce, I'm a diva. Listen, man, Beyonce may go down as outside of like Whitney. She might go down as one of the baddest R&B singers, man. I like Beyonce, man.
I mean, she definitely going down as
no
one of the greatest
hate
entertainers of this generation.
I don't tolerate no Beyonce hate on my watch.
Oh, you in the Bayhive?
I ain't in no damn beehive.
I just had to be clear. You know what Tay calls it, Miss Harmony.
What? Yeah, I know you. I know who Tay is.
She calls she whenever something's going on, she's like, "What the hell is going on Beyonce's internet?" That's
about right.
Is what she says every week.
That's about right, man. That's about right, man. I do got a 50% off sale and a 25% off sale. The 50% off sale is contingent on if you buy 6 items or more. So you essentially you buy 3, you get 3 free. That's essentially what a 50% off sale. Outside of that, it's a 25% off sale. I got 8 brand new oils that I've made. I brought them here to get tested. Did you like any of them? The Superior. You said Superior. I know you said. Oh, Ether. Okay, you like Ether too? Yeah. You said Ether was different. I try to make them different. You know, like when you make all these different scents, it's hard to, like, there's families, like, you know, sometimes I give you oil, you're like, okay, it smells similar to this. So there's families that come with oils, and then I try to make some different. So I got 8 new ones. I'm gonna give y'all the names real fast. I'll probably do this announcement again. And then I'm also gonna share my screen so I can show you my website where you can get my fly clothes. Y'all notice y'all see me in this fly ass red shirt damn near everywhere, because I'm trying to get y'all to buy the damn shirt. Trying to get y'all to go to Call Gas Apparel and buy a Listening is an Art shirt.
Is it camera proof?
It's camera proof. Listening is an art, because they don't listen at camp either. Let that sizzle in your spirit. Keep PK.
That's how you know they're gonna sell. They camp approved.
Yeah, listening is an art. Let that sizzle in your spirit. Let me free your mind. Listen, I went on the website. I didn't even know I sold phone cases. I'm walking around with this raggedy ass phone case, and I got a Call Gas phone case waiting. So I had to order. So I ordered my own shit. So I can get me a phone case. Got a hat. So, you know, I'll pull that up. But the name of the oils I got, I'm gonna do the ladies first. Call me LL. I got Sugar Mama for ladies, and I had a sister here. My nose tester, Yatazar's rib is my nose tester. I always bring my oils to her. Sugar Mama, Kiss Me, Envy. You know, women like that. And Juicy. I ain't got to explain what Juicy is. If I got to explain what Juicy is, ladies, you can't even wear that. What's Juicy? You can't wear that. For the fellas, I got El Jefe. Translation, I'm the shit. At least that's what my checks say. El Jefe. Ether. I got Envy for the fellas too. Like Jealous Ones, Envy, Jose, Fat Joe, Superior. You know what I learned about Fat Joe? Fat Joe don't be lying on his stories. He embellished on his stories.
That's it.
All Fat Joe's stories be true in the source, It's his embellishment, man.
If he said there was 100 people, there was like 30.
Yeah, but it's like 100 to him. Yeah, I was listening to him. It was him, Jadakiss, and Kevin Hart. And Kevin Hart be like, he be telling a story, then out of nowhere he said, and then I just had to pull out the flamethrower. Had to pull out the flamethrower. And then my man Hector, he was right there, and he always got a co-signer for a story. And then when you go ask the person that he say was there, they was there. It's just not as embellished as Fat Joe say it, but they was there. Yeah. So
hold up, but while we doing some, you know what I mean, some shameless plugs. So just so y'all know, right? So we got a couple of new updates on Tribe Vibes, right? So for example, now when you go to browse, we got everything accordion style. You can find all the music, you know what I mean, on how to search. And then as well, we got new menus. Once again, we rebuilt the player.
Who that little nigga right there?
The playlisting, a real one. You know what I mean? And then if I was to bring y'all back to the home button, what I want y'all to see is, man, we got Westside Quam all the way in Cali. My man Zoo, you know what I'm saying, dropping. I done dropped some new tracks, not to Zob. You know what I mean? Like, I think in the last 2 months, about 50 songs dropped. You know what I mean? So we got new music dropping every single week, new players, new updates. We done updated the charts. We got weekly charts, monthly charts, and all time. You know what I mean? The app, the speed is up, the music is up. Make sure that y'all subscribe, because the next thing is I'm bringing out some of the content creation. So what I'm doing is I got a lot of different recordings coming from How I Grow the Greens. So y'all gonna get a behind the scenes look of why I started the farm, how we started it, how it runs, and all that's going to be on Tribe Vibes. So make sure that y'all subscribe, man.
Also, too, in New York City at 2279 3rd Ave, Harlem, New York, I want to set up a, I want to do a 1v20. That's what I want to do. Right here in the school, Captain Tazaryak versus 20 whoever. You could be white, black, Chinese. I don't care what your ethnicity is. I'm thinking like, are the Black Hebrew Israelites a hate group? Since they like calling us Black Hebrew Israelites, one of the titles, y'all get to prove how we are. Like, I wanted to be like, I'm like real hot seat questions. Like I seen, let me tell y'all, man, it's a lot of copycats. How my man Run say, it's a whole lot of superstars on this stage here tonight. But this is my house. So and I'm saying that in regards to these 10v1s that y'all see popping off, like my man Sean Kelly out in Vegas. Since I've done that, you've seen a lot of the 10v1s with Christians and stuff like that, but they're really catered to benefit the opponent. Mine was the first one where I was actually attacked. Like the titles was about me being attacked. Jesus is God, I was attacked. Is slavery was Christianity a slave religion? I'm good. Y'all saw the black guy. Black guy was losing his damn mind. So I want to get topics that actually attack. April said it's gonna do. Is it gonna be live? We'll see. We'll see. Maybe some of it might be live because I want to have 2 cameras. So when I do stuff like that, I'll go live for a little bit, let everybody know what we're doing, and then we record it. So I know they love to call us a hate group or like the Klan. Racist, yeah. A racist. So one of the titles, one of the questions, I want them to come and say, are you racist? Are you like the Klan? I really want questions that can really challenge my position where I don't want to be comfortable.
Are you the black KKK?
Yeah, are you the black KKK? And they could come with their stats to prove we the black KKK, and then I can try to challenge. And I'm not going to be like Officer Tatum. Oh, let me tell you something, though. But them liberals, let me tell you why you cannot use the word debate. It makes you vagina. I'll use this analogy. I was talking to, who was I talking to? I was being interviewed, and they asked me, why do I say battle over debate? Have you ever seen that movie Stomp the Yard?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You ever seen that movie Stomp the Yard? Stomp the Yard is about stepping. Stomp the Yard is about like back then it was like the hyphy dancing.
College,
yeah, but before they get to college, the hyphy dancing where it's real aggressive battle dancing. Like you ever seen them hyphy niggas doing all this shit, doing all that shit. And so Chris Brown and his brother, they battle these. You say what?
Clip that.
Chris Brown and his brothers is they battled and they beat him. Chris Brown ends up dying. The brother goes to college. That's what the Shaw is talking about. So when he goes to college, they step. You know, they do the who, they do all that bullshit. So they had some club. I can ad-lib a story. So they had some club, and when they in the club, they doing the whole battle. And so the brother that knows how to battle dance hops in there against a stepper. When he hops in there against the stepper comes doing this little dance and shit. He's supposed to be from New York. He do a little windmill, but when the brother come out there, he battle and beat the shit out of him. The next day, he a yard worker. Like he work in the field. So the next day, these clean cut ass niggas, these Alpha or Kappa, whatever they call them, these clean cut ass niggas roll up on him. And so the leader comes up to him and he was like, you know what I mean? I brought my man with you so you can know in no animosity. We like how you step. We like how you battle. He said, we want you to join our line. And homeboy said, I don't step, I battle. And the dude said, what's the difference? He said, pussies step. Pussies debate. Remember that. When you're debating, it makes you be nice. It makes you be professional. When you if you talk about the word of the Lord, you're not professional in a battle. You're trying to obliterate your opponent. You're trying to make him look stupid. You're trying to make him look slow. You're trying to make him know that there's only one God, and that God is with me. That's how battles go. You can't be nice in none of that. So when we do this, when I'm trying to set this up in the school, I don't want to feel comfortable. I don't want them to be comfortable with me. You notice I always tell people, I don't mind what you do. Like, ain't none of that go. Long as you're not trying to overtalk me, I don't care what you say. Because I want to feel whatever aggression you think you got, it ain't gonna out-aggress me. I know aggress ain't a word. Please don't nobody get technical. But it ain't going to out-aggress me. You're not going to out-tough me. You're not going to out-talk me. You're not going to out-beat me. So I want this 10v1, 20v1. I'm going to call Sonetta, see if I can set it up where we can get some good questions, and I think it'll be dope. I said all that to say that. So I can. Yeah, like Pastor Manning. Like I'm supposed to do something with Pastor Manning and all that. Listen, man, they say they want it. Listen, man, my favorite boxer, the greatest heavyweight of all time, Mike Tyson, said everybody got a plan till they get in that ring and they get hit. Then plan go out the window. And so far, the Most High has guided me to where everybody, I debated this dude yesterday. Mike, his name is Inspiring Philosophy. The subject is polygamy promoted in the Bible?
That's just like the worst for him to ever try to.
Yeah.
That's a layup. That's a layup of a topic.
Yes. Let me tell you what he did. I'm going to tell you what he did. Let me see. Is this the verse? Nope. I'm going to tell you what he did. So now, as I'm going through my PowerPoint. So now, before I read this verse, as I'm studying for the verse, right? I'm saying to myself, okay, I know he's going to go to 1 Timothy, the 3rd chapter. I know he's going to go to 1 Corinthians, the 7th chapter. I know he's going to go to when Christ said the two become one flesh. I know he's going to go to these scriptures. But what scripture is he going to try to pull to say that I can't have more than one woman? Especially when the ladies love me. It's a fact. That's right. I say stop. They're like, I don't want to stop. I'm like, hey, don't stop. So, Kadaza, what scripture do you think he pulled? I don't know if you saw the debate. I hope you really didn't see it.
Nah,
I want to blow. Okay, good.
I got both your debates in the queue right now. I haven't sat down and listened to them yet. Now I heard the one about the Trinity was masterful though.
Yeah, the Trinity one. Wait, I don't want to talk about that one.
We ain't got to slide over there yet.
Yeah, let me get that one.
So what scripture?
What scripture do you think he pulled to show that? And what he said, this scripture proves that polygamy is unlawful.
Matthew's the 19th chapter.
Nope. I'm gonna read the scripture. You tell me why. You tell me if this is a good scripture. I'm gonna read it. Let me know when you're ready.
Okay.
Neither shalt thou take a wife to her sister to vex her, to uncover her nakedness besides the other in her lifetime.
Wait, so he went to the law?
Yeah. Leviticus 18 and 18.
So
wait, so don't say nothing yet. Hey, Benjamin, if you don't like ads in the live streams, just turn it off. Just stop watching. He went to Leviticus 18 and 18, Kadazai.
So he went to Leviticus 18, where in the beginning of the 18th chapter, it said, after the doings of the Egyptians, ye shall not
do. Right.
When we know that there was incest practice,
right,
amongst all of them. So the Lord is making these actually have to do with the family. And he's even recalling the strife between
Jacob
from their history.
Yeah.
So how did he spin this? So he's trying to
he said, now his response was outside commentary, saying that this sister meant any sister. So I said to him, I said, so you telling me that none of this is talking about an actual sister? He said, no.
He said it like Zoolander.
Yes.
Oh, you never seen Zoolander?
Nope. That's why I just said yes. I'm taking your word for it.
When he was like, they were like brothers to me. And I don't mean it in actual brother. I mean it in the way black people say it.
Yeah, yeah. And listen, so I read the New International Version, New Living Translation, English Standard, Berean, the New King James, American Standard, NASB, Legacy, Amplified, the Christian, the whole. I read 25 different translations. All said sister in the biological sense. He said all of them translations was wrong. All of them.
So Mike is the authority.
Yeah, that's what he said. He said based on the commentary, these people didn't have the strength. They were too afraid to say that it was wrong. That's what he said.
It's pretty bad.
Hey, Mika, if you complain about the ads too, you can leave too and lose your moderator badge. Shut the fuck up. Thank you. So now he also used 1 Corinthians, the 7th chapter, when it said to avoid fornication, which I knew he was going to use that one to avoid fornication. But I thought he said, let me help some people out. Today probably is not the right day to think you're gonna be an asshole in my chat. I'm gonna just help some people out. So now I thought that, and this is what I learned too, Kadazai. Christian apologetics don't go to church. I don't know if y'all know that or not.
Nah, I didn't.
Yeah, they don't go to church. I don't think no Christian apologetics.
So how do they fellowship?
Debates. That's how they fellowship. Debates is how they fellowship. And I'm gonna tell you why I said that. So I asked him, I said, do you know what the fornication was? That's what I asked him directly. I said, do you know what the fornication was? He says, it doesn't say what the fornication. I said, yes, it does. Yeah. I said, have you ever read 1 Corinthians, the 5th chapter? When that man slept with his father's wife, that was the fornication. It doesn't say that. And so I read 1 Corinthians 5:1. And it says, I have heard that there, wait, let me just get it so I can make sure that I got it right. And I'm gonna help people out. 1 Corinthians 5, it says, it is reported commonly that there is fornication among you. And I said to him, is that word fornication right there? He said, yeah. It says, such fornication is not so much named as the Gentiles, that one should have his father's wife. I said, so is 1 Corinthians 7 addressing that fornication? We don't know. Was his response, Kadazai. That's how that debate went.
What What was the crowd's reaction?
The crowd, when it came to the Q&A, the crowd came to him and said, why would you go with the commentary over the translators of the text? They said what I said. They said exactly what I said. So I didn't understand it.
So
I'm listening.
So this was like, you know, it's bad if your own people, like if the Christians is turning on you.
Yes.
So now, from what I was hearing, I know General Muhammad brought it up a little bit, but then so was this or the earlier debate with Malone? You know what I'm saying? Where he had to
with Vocab Malone. Okay, with Vocab Malone, you want to play it? I could pull it up if you want to watch it.
If you like.
Yeah, I could pull it. Let me find it.
Yeah, I need a recap. I didn't watch it yet, so you know.
Okay, yeah. Let me go on my channel. I was trying to
talk
block
to you so damn much, man. I gotta limit how much.
Yeah, I understand. I was trying to block this remove the moderator badge, and I'm gonna remove it. But let me play this video. Let me play. So this was in the Trinity debate. Now, the Trinity debate, the Trinity debate was so good that even the crowd, like you, if you could have been in the crowd, and the brother saw it too, because I saw it. The crowd was like, I brought out Revelation, so I'm gonna give you the scripture I brought out before I play the vocab part. So as I'm telling them, Jesus is not God, Jesus is not God. So then in one of the rounds, I read Revelations 3:12. This is the verse I read, Kadazai. It says, him that overcometh will I make a pillar in the temple of my God, and he shall go no more out. And I will write upon him the name of my God and the name of the city of my God. And as I did it, Kadazai, I put my hand up like this. Every time I saw the word God, I did my hand like this. I said, let's see how many times Jesus says he has a God. So this is what I did. I said, I'm going to read it again. Him that overcometh will I make a pillar in the temple of my God. And I did like this. That's one. He shall go no more out. And I will write upon him the name of my God. That's two. And the name of the city of my God. That's three. Which is in New Jerusalem, which shall come down out of heaven from my God. That's four. And I said, so y'all telling me Jesus is God. But in this one verse, he said that he had a God 4 times. And then I looked at the crowd's reaction. When I saw, this debate that I had in the church. That's correct, April. Like when I saw the crowd, even the crowd at that moment, and then afterwards came up to me and was like, man, you showed me something I never thought about. I didn't see that before. So I'm gonna share my screen.
Most High Christ.
So I'm gonna share my screen. We can look at the vocab part. To Richard in the chat, if you believe it's BS, there's a link that you can pin that's pinned to the top that you can always join and tell us what you feel is BS. Let me add it to the screen. Add to the screen. All right, so now this is it. Let me just blow it up. And let me get to, so I'm bringing it towards the end because this was the Q&A part. Let me see where vocab stupid ass is at. Was he in the beginning? Let me see if he was in the beginning. Hold on, let me see.
Yeah, right.
Every time he says he
no,
didn't
you're
say
right
what
about
I said
that.
he said, he did say it.
You're right
Go
about
back
that.
and
I
watch
did say
that.
the wrong.
I'm just backing. Oh, wait, I think it might
The
be
Holy
here.
Spirit is a distinct divine person according to the Bible. But
Hold
the
on.
Holy Spirit seems
Of the Trinity at all.
I want to make sure you get to more questions. Ready for you.
Hey, Captain Cesariak.
Oh, wait.
I have a
Oh,
question.
wait. Hold on.
Here is Johanna the greatest leader on the planet Earth?
Like brother in the black with the cap on.
No, I'm good.
Yeah, Con. He's not in our organization, so he could have made these terms one way. It's just not true.
merely about the phrase malak, which
I'm
is
trying to find it,
Proverbs 13,
Kadazai.
of course,
Just bear
can be
with me a
used to refer to other divine figure who's
Oh, sweat cat.
Is you made it. Doesn't
Appreciate
matter
it.
if it's when you talk about Joshua of block Yahweh
the phrase.
through and
No.
to
Appropriate.
bring up whatever you say that.
It's into Christ.
So now, for those that don't know,
That General Johanna is second only to Christ.
this is the lunatic known as Vocab Malone. Now, you want to know something diabolical that people may not know? This white man is the white man that helped convince Genesis that God loves white people too. Let that sizzle in your spirit. You can get that shirt and call Gas Apparel. This white man is the white man that Hassan and Deacon had called me to tell me would me and Katazar debate Hassad and Deaconess over salvation is for everybody. This is the white man that convinced it. Now, the debate is about, is Jesus God? The question that he chooses to ask is this one. I'm going to bring it back just a second.
Christ.
I have no clue.
I hate to bring us forward. We're going to go with vocab.
Tazariak, is it appropriate to say that General Yohana is second only to Christ?
We don't say that.
It's in some of the ISUPK
You would have
videos.
to bring up whatever you're saying. We don't say that. But to answer the question appropriately, in our organization, we have a ranking structure. So in our organization, let's say, I won't use vocab. Let me see, who's another black guy? Let's say that black
Another
man.
black guy.
Let's say that
Other than
black man.
vocab?
Let's say my good black brother in
You
the
mean
back
he's
with the-
not
Yo, I
black?
never paid
Let's say
attention.
that
I
black
never
brother in the
paid
back.
attention that that white man said another black guy other than vocab.
They think vocab's a wigger.
Oh, that's what it. I ain't put that together, Kadazar.
Yeah, Con.
I didn't put that
He's not
together.
in our organization. So he could have power anywhere else. He could be the president of the United States. He could be the king of Asia. But in our organization, he would not outrank Commander General Yohana because in our structure, we believe under God, that's our structure. So it's not about second the way you and others try to teach it. It's just in our hierarchy, nobody else outranks Commander General Yohana. It's just that simple.
I can give you a
I would
PV.
imagine in other organizations, if they get to the president, like the president of the United States would not say well, Israel probably outranks
Give it
him.
a quick follow-up.
But the president of the United States would not say Putin outranks him. He would say the only person above him would be God also, just so y'all can understand.
Do you
us.
agree with Shalak that commanding General Hana, the leader
I
of the
don't know who Shalak
ISUPK,
is.
Shalak's right over there, that he's the greatest leader on the planet Earth, according to his post that I've got right here? Is Yohana the greatest leader on the planet Earth?
Yes, but I would like the questions to be on the subject. These
Right.
questions are not on the subject.
So if I could say
Sure
something real
aren't.
quick, I do think there's something relevant here. Notice he's saying for them, the order is
So
God,
that now
Christ,
that's the
and
first time.
this is
So
what
that's
commanding
what.
general, you know,
Oh, hold on, let me
here's the-
pause that. Sorry. So that's what he did pretty much in both debates. In the second debate, though, when he came up and tried to ask a question off subject, and I said your questions have to be on subject, the white lady came to him and said, "Hey, man, your questions got to be on subject." Hey, listen, them white people love me. The white women said, "Man, we love him."
Yeah. He I don't know all around what his obsession is, you know what I'm saying? But he's looking like, I don't know. I think he's actually trying to branch out into a different lane because it's like his channel's dying.
He's like the Christian Chud the Builder.
Yeah, like nobody cares about what he's doing, which is interesting.
No, nobody does, and that's why he's trying to ride the curtail of everyone else. Like, and this is what I wish that young kid, God Logic. When I'm saying young kid, he's a child to me. But a lot of people are children. A lot of people that's not in this school are children to me. A lot of them. But God Logic, I remember telling God Logic a couple years, like last year, about dealing with that guy Sam Shimon. I don't know if anybody knows. I debated Sam Shimon earlier this year. I remember, Kadazar, Israelites put a lot of faith in white people. Dead ass serious. When back in January when I was debating Sam Shimon, it was Israelites telling me, like, yo, you better be ready. I said, we debating Jesus is God, right? Yeah, you better be ready. I said, we debating is Jesus God, right? They said, you better be ready. I don't understand this shit. Like, I felt like Yahushua when he said, how long must I be with thee? Like, how long have I been around where anybody would beat me on Jesus is God, Most High God, etc.?
There should have never been even a doubt.
Hey, man, he sucks, and the moderator sucked.
Right. But I go into every battle like that. I'm fine with that part. What I wasn't fine with was these Israelites coming and saying, you better be careful. Because I've yet to be threatened in the topic. Let me tell you something. You know the debate that it's two debates that's nuanced. Gentile salvation is a nuanced debate. It's a nuanced debate, not that Gentiles, meaning non-Israelites, can be saved, but because of the way Gentile, stranger, foreigner, and stuff like that is used throughout the Bible. That's nuanced, where they can go to Ephesians 2 and say, see it say strangers here, and you got to battle these words and stuff like that. Jesus is God is like, it's the most popular subject amongst Christians, but the most easiest one to defeat out of them all. And I told God Logic, I said, and listen, man, for all of y'all like Richard, you should stop being a punk. Like, if you want to be a man, click the link that y'all got it pinned on Cross the Line Radio.
Yes, we do, sir.
I'm gonna make sure I got it pinned on mine. Nobody will hurt you. It's just a live stream. If you could do all that chatting in the live, you can come on stage. You'll be safe. This is what they call that. What's the word they like to use? This is a safe space. So I told God Logic, I said, first of all, I said you was better than Sam Shimon. And he immediately said no, like yielding to a white man. I don't understand that.
Too emotional. He can't.
Yeah, Sam Shimon is a bitch. Like Sam Shimon is like the worst person on the planet. And as he's defending Sam Shimon shitted on God Logic, called that nigga a grifter. Like a grifter is new to me because grifting is like what they say grifting is if you in the YouTube world, if you on like a lot of different podcasts and shit like that, you might call me a grifter. And I didn't know that was grifting. I thought that was getting your name out there. I thought that was producing content. People, you know how many people contact me? Like, there's this lady.
No, Kat, it's different because you're inviting. You're like an actual guest on those. He's just showing up like he showed up to that debate that had nothing to do with him.
Like you talk about vocab, but yes. I'm not. No, vocab. Yes, vocab is a grifter. I don't know if Logic is just showing up to these things. Oh, okay. So, damn, calling him a grifter is so he calling Logic a con artist. Now, all Christians are con artists. So, but a Christian can't call another. I can call them con. I can call these niggas grifters. So I can say God Logic's a grifter, Life is a grifter, Sam is a grifter. But Sam calling Logic a grifter don't even make sense because they both doing the same shit. They both grifting. That's diabolical. But Logic trusted him instead of trusting me.
His brother.
You know how much of a brother I am to Logic? I'll tell y'all this story. I told Logic this story. We got a guy named James. Okay, let's go to James. I'm gonna tell y'all a story of how I was a brother to him. What's up, James?
Hey, shalom, brother.
What's up, brother?
All right, can y'all hear me? Can y'all hear me clearly?
We hear you loud and clear.
Perfectly.
Okay, cool. So I'm just tapping in. I'm listening. I just want to tap in and say this. As far as the debate with polygamy, that's an easy one to destroy. You could have just pulled out Isaiah 4 and just shut that down right there.
I did.
Oh, okay. So if he didn't stop after that, don't cast no pearls before the swine. The second thing is about Yahweh Shai, and this is what I want to talk to you, young cat.
Yeah, who you call it? Who's the young cat? You talk about an age? What are you talking about?
An age, brother. You know, let no one despise you if you have wisdom. But I'm 56, all right?
You only got
so I'm just addressing you in age and out of genuine love, brotherly love.
Yeah.
And I want to hear from you because you're the leader here.
Right.
All right. So you understanding Hebrew, what is Yahweh in Hebrew or the Tetragrammaton? YHWH. What is that in Hebrew?
The Hebrew scholar right here.
Hazahah. What does that mean?
I'm asking the leader.
Yeah.
Don't look it up. Don't look it up. That's what I don't want you to do.
Shut up.
Well, I gotta shut up, brother.
Because you're talking while I'm talking.
Well, go ahead and answer the question.
Yeah, shut up.
It's an easy question.
All you gotta do is be quiet, young man. Like when you call me young man, but you're acting rude and interrupting.
Hey, no ad hominem.
If I'm the leader, then be quiet. I should not have to tell you to keep being quiet. Do I have to tell you shut the fuck up? Like you are acting like a child.
Hey, that's homosexual behavior. Just answer the question.
This is what leaders do. I am sitting next to our Hebrew scholar. So what a leader would do is say, why do I have to answer the question when I have a Hebrew scholar right next to me?
All you got to do is say you don't know the answer, man. Pride is of the devil, homie.
Once again, why are you interrupting?
Just say you don't know the answer.
Wait. Why are you interrupting again when I'm
If
talking?
you can't answer me, man, I got to go.
I didn't
What
say
is Yahweh in Hebrew?
Look.
It's easy.
I told y'all, I don't have a problem with how people act. I don't.
Look, no ad hominem, no foolishness. It's me on the side.
All I need you to do
when
is be quiet.
Christ is with us. Answer the question.
But can you be quiet while I'm talking?
You're trying to fish around the answer.
I'm not fishing around the answer. I'm telling you, you said I was a leader, correct?
You're leading these young men. Yes, brother.
Right. You said I was a leader. I'm showing you what a leader does. A leader doesn't have to answer just because he's a leader.
Right.
If there's somebody that's better than him at something, he can let the person that's better than him answer. This man, Officer Hazahab, under my command, is better than me at Hebrew. He's here. You're asking a Hebrew question. So I'm going to let the Hebrew expert answer. Hazahab, you have the floor.
Yeah, the man is soldiers. A man with soldiers, call him soldiers.
I can't even hear what he's saying. What is he saying?
You got to shut the fuck up.
Nigga, if you can make me shut the fuck up, that'll be a miracle 34.
I just did. I just made you shut the fuck up.
Behold, a miracle.
Behold a miracle. I just made you shut the fuck up live on TV.
I'm talking about man.
Go ahead.
Behold, you shut the fuck up again.
Go ahead, Azahab.
Per our research and including Jenna Kubalamoff, in the Bible, even when we're looking in the Bible, there's no description by the Lord to describe his name. But there is a speculation based on the what they call the conjunctions, right? The preposition Yah and the higher, the Yah is beginning to say he, and the higher to say exist or be, right? So some people, especially the white man in books, he will say the Lord's name means that he exists. All right. That's their speculation.
Did you hear the answer?
Yes. Now, can I give an answer? You're gonna keep muting me.
No, I only muted you because you wouldn't shut the fuck up, child. Now, if you could be a grown
man, I would love for you to meet me with a
shut your bitch ass up.
Dog, you bigger than me, but
listen, man.
Listen,
before you unmute again. Before listen, we're gonna reset, James. Don't unmute. Don't unmute until I unmute you. You're gonna learn what a leader does. We're gonna reset the clock to have the conversation. When you unmute your mic, we don't need no bullshit. You ask what it means. The brother broke down what it means. You can agree or disagree, but you will be professional. Do you understand? I'm going to unmute your mic. Do you understand?
I hear you, young brother. Let me address the brother with his answer now.
You better be professional.
Okay, so his answer was, this is a definition that came from the world because it was never defined in the scriptures. And he says it means I exist, or I be one who exists. Okay, wait
1 second. That's not what he said. He said there is no biblical description of the tetragrammaton. So when they break down the word, they use the Yah, which means he, and the Hayah, which means exists. So they'll say he exists. That's exactly what he said.
Okay, so I can accept that. They say that it means he exists. But being an Israelite, I know what it means. It means I am. That's why he told Moses, no one can ask my name. Just tell the children of Israel, I am that I am. I'm the one that brought all things to existence. That's what Yahweh means. I am.
But you do know that when you say that, the scripture where it talks about I am, and that I am sent you, does not use the tetragrammaton in Hebrew to explain it.
Right.
It uses different Hebrew.
That's right.
The I am that I am. That's why you have some people say that his name is Ahaya, Ashar Ahaya.
Right.
Because I am that I am in Exodus 3:14 translates to a different Hebrew word than Yahweh translate. You see, Hazahab been teaching me. He been teaching me some of this Hebrew, so I know a little bit. I even feel more. I feel like his spirit is resonating. Like I'm getting a double portion of Hazahab right now to be able to tell you that what you're saying don't make sense.
That's right.
Because if you
Listen,
if you
let me finish answering because you cut me off. I'm talking about Jesus now. I'm talking about Yahweh Shai. I'm talking about Yahshua.
I'm almost done because you was not talking about Jesus.
I was tying it in, but you keep controlling the narrative. Let me tie it in, brother.
Wait, I'm not tying it in, and I'm not going nowhere. But when you made the statement that his name means I am,
that's what his name means.
That's not
clearly.
What scripture are you referring to say that his name means I am?
Because I can go to the name Yahshua, and it means God saved.
I'm not
Yahshua means Yah means God, and Shua means Savior. So Jesus, his name is God is the Savior. So how is he not God if Gabriel gave him that name? You can't say because Joshua's named Joshua, it's the same as Jesus being named Jesus because Gabriel gave Jesus that name. God gave Jesus that name, and it means God saves. So
we got to get, hey James, we got to give you 10 minutes.
Yeah, they just paid.
Actually, they paid for 20 minutes. Right? Is it $10 for 10 minutes or $10?
Yeah, it was supposed to be $10 for 10 minutes, so you could sit in timeout for a minute.
You gotta sit on timeout for a second. And I want everybody to bring DNA up, DNA Tooth nephew, whatever his name is, bring him up too. I want everybody to pay attention. Remember, this man called me the young man. He started off calling me the young man, and then he was gonna teach me.
Right.
He said he knew what the Lord's name means. Now I knew what the Lord's name meant, but because he's here, I said, let him break it down, because he went further than I would have just said it means he exists. I wouldn't have gave the history that Hazahab gave. Hazahab gives the history, then this man's response is to say his name means I am. That's Exodus 3 and 14, which is a different Hebrew word.
And Exodus 3 and 15, it then uses the tetragrammaton to then say this is my name forever.
We couldn't get to that because he wanted to get to Yeshua to really say Jesus is God. All of this was to say Jesus is God.
And he was wrong about how he broke down Yeshua.
Yeah, and he broke Yeshua wrong. He broke all that shit down. He broke it all down. Now, you got somewhere to go? No. Okay. So Hazahab gonna stay up till he feel like we're gonna bring up DNA Tooth while James stay on timeout. DNA Tooth, what's up?
Yeah, man, DNA Tooth nephew, man, the greatest cartoon creator, greatest battle rapper, greatest religious theologian, man. I'm here to say, Moses is the greatest. You know what I'm saying? Christ can't match Moses. Christ had to be like Moses. I'm here to let it be known that I'm tired of the overhype that Christianity puts out. Like, you know what I'm saying? So let's get to it, you know what I'm saying?
If just slow down for a second. What do you mean by that? Like before you answer that question, wait, before you answer that question, and I apologize. Do you believe in the New Testament or you just believe in the Old Testament?
Well, I believe in both, but also to say, I believe in both, but I also have Moses as the greatest. First of all, when you look at the scriptures, right? Okay, they try to make Christ as a God, but Moses also was a God too. And he said, I will raise up a prophet like unto thee. So my stand.
If I could, because you sound a little hyper, right? So I just want to do a point. So now you did say that you agree in both the Old and New Testament, right?
Yes, sir. I'm an Israelite.
Got you. So if you believe in the Old and New Testament, does the New Testament say a greater than Moses is here?
It says about a priesthood, but so I know what you're trying to get at about the priesthood, but it can't be a greater than Moses. It said like unto Moses, I will raise up a prophet. Let me ask you a question. Hold on. May I ask a question? Hold on. Okay, just like, for example, the law, they say the letter killeth, but people misinterpret that. First of all, the law is not done away with, because the letter, when it says the letter killeth, that just means that it condemns your faults. It does not mean that the law is done away with. Now, let me ask you a question. Here's the big discrepancy. Who do you have in the situation? Do you have Moses or do you have Christ?
I have Christ.
Oh, man, get a boo. Man, no, man. So let me ask you. So wait. So here's the standard of.
Wait. 1 second. Let me just help you out. The reason why I have Christ now, before Christ, you had Moses. Moses, you'll find in the Bible that he was actually made a God by God. That's Exodus, the 7th chapter, in the 1st verse. But there's no verse. You made a statement to say that they make Jesus God. Is that in the Bible or outside of the Bible?
No, first of all, no, I don't agree with it. I'm saying that, okay.
Wait, slow, brother, I want you to calm down. I want you to hear the question. I didn't say you agree with it. I said you made the statement that said they make Jesus God. And my response to that statement is that in the Bible or outside of the Bible?
Well, it's outside of the Bible, because I mean, he was a son of God. I mean, that's the perspective that I have, because if he was the father, when he said, "Father, why hast thou forsaken me?" that proves that he is not the father. That is the point of him, that the father is the greatest.
Got you. I agree. And didn't Christ say in the Bible that the Father was the greatest?
Right. That's right. I was just about to say that. Yes, sir. Absolutely.
I agree with that too. So when you speak and try to talk about Christ, you can't use the Christian's lens to talk about Christ. That's when you made that statement that said they think that Jesus was God, because that's not in the Bible. You don't want to say that. Jesus never said that.
No, I was only saying, I said, I'm here to debunk that. I said, I contest that. That's what I was saying, because this is the thing. It's like one of your prior debates, you said that, and I like what you said when you said that God does call Moses God. And that's a fact, because they tried to give Christ attributes that Christ had, the prophets had it. Christ was the son of man. Ezekiel was the son of man. Ezekiel also brought the forgiveness.
We're all the sons of man.
Huh? Right. That's what I'm saying. No, I'm saying that they're giving Christ accolades that the prophets had too, and the prophets don't get the same recognition when it comes to the Christian church. And I think that that's crazy. That's what I was saying. So when I said, okay, hold on,
wait, we vibing right now. We're in agreement on that. We are in agreement that the Christian church is a piece of shit at how they lied on Yahushua and made him God. We are on par with that. But without him, we don't have access to the Most High.
Right. Okay, hold on. All right. So now I'm glad you brought that up. Now, when you remember when Moses and Aaron went back to Egypt, you remember there was a point about them being a sign that the Father existed, because they looked at the Israelites being spiritually dead until Moses came. Now, redemption in that form just means to save. Moses was a redeemer. So here's the thing: if they didn't. If they was dealing with a dead God, this is the thing. This is the thing. When Moses brought the Torah, right, that proved that we had redemption, because we had the law. So even when they found
the law existed before Moses, brother.
I know it did. Okay, that's what I'm saying. No, but I'm saying, but it also was written by Moses too. When it said that the bill of divorcement, Moses also made modifications to the law, 613 commandments.
Wait. Christ didn't make modifications to the law. He taught us how.
Yes, he did. What he said change. What let me give an example. You remember when he said when he said about hating and loving your enemy, he said no. He said to love both. That's a modification. Christ never came to do it.
That's not a modification. To understand, let me answer. Matthew 5:17. Christ said, "I did not come to destroy the law, but to fulfill it."
That's right. That means
most people think to fulfill meant stop it. That's what. That's how. I'm not saying, brother. I'm not saying you. Most Christians teach that fulfill mean he came to stop the law. So yeah, we couldn't eat pork back then, but now we can eat pork now. We couldn't do this then, but now we could do this now. Fulfilling something is completing
means to follow. Fulfill means to follow.
Right. It means to follow and fulfill. So
right. So
are we listen, are we supposed to love our brothers?
Right, of course we're supposed to. So what I was saying.
Walk with me, brother. Were we loving our brothers during the time of Christ?
We were hating each other. We know that.
Right. So should we hate our brothers or love our brothers?
We should love our brothers. I was saying
so what Christ was teaching them, that the enemies in that law is not us.
Right, I know, brother, but You cut me up. I was trying to finish the statement. I was not saying I agree with it. I was saying that Christians claim that there was modification, but I'm saying you don't have a clear insight. He never came to do away with the law. He came to follow. So that's the reason why I have Moses. No, this is hold on. This is the reason why I have.
You
No, I'm not. No, I'm not. I'm saying this is the reason why I have Moses as the greatest. This is the reason, brother.
You're switching your argument because you want to say something, Kadazai?
Yeah. Hey, brother, I got two questions for you. Who was Genesis 49th chapter talking about when it talked about the scepter shall not depart from Judah, nor a lawgiver from between his feet until Shiloh come?
Right, it's talking about Christ, right?
Okay, so now here's my other portion, right? What happened at the transfiguration since you believe in the New Testament?
Oh, okay, so we're going to use it when God said that this my beloved son, hear ye him, right?
Yeah, so that's exactly what happened. So who was standing there with him? Moses.
So, wait.
And hold on. Moses.
So, okay, hold on.
And Elijah.
Hold on.
And you know
let me get
said?
1 point in.
He said, you're gonna be able to talk. I just want to declare the point.
Okay, go ahead.
He said, "This is my beloved son, in whom I am well pleased. Hear ye him." That's exactly what it said. So you know what that means? They wanted to give honor to Moses. They wanted to give honor to Elijah, and the Lord said, "We're listening to him over Moses and over Elijah."
Okay, so 3 points. First of all, Elijah didn't need Christ neither. Elijah, when he went up to heaven, he didn't need Christ neither. He kept the commandments. So first of all, when they had the reason for the New Testament was because there were Israelites who had transgressed the first, but you also had Israelites that kept the law. So also let me also say that when it said to hear ye him, that's because Moses had said that we had to hear him. He's fulfilling. He's following what Moses said. And also in the book of Luke, when Moses and them was on the mountain, they told Christ that he would have to be crucified. So they're telling Christ what to do. So Christ also went in the temple when he read the scroll of Isaiah. They're telling he's also obeying what they say. So at the end of the day, there's no way I'm going to have Christ over Moses. No, indeed, because Moses was the redeemer. I
don't know if you understand the audience that you're speaking to, right? And the reason I'm saying that is because most of the points that you're stating, right, with the exception of Moses outranking Christ, we agree
all day.
You know what I'm saying? We don't believe that Christ is the Most High or Christ is God. That's why Captain Nazaryak asked you, is that outside the Bible or in the Bible? We don't believe that the law is done away with because Christ did not come to do away with the law nor the prophets, but he comes to fulfill. That was the second point.
My man.
So I think that like a lot of the arguments that you're making, you need to take up with the church, not us. However, this is what
No, what I was saying was because y'all at the same point, there are principles, okay, that y'all feel like Christ is the greatest, and I disagree with that because when you read, he said a man like unto Moses, it's telling you that metaphor means like. So I'm looking at, okay, y'all man who is Christ, right? Moses is my man. So y'all man had to follow my man. So I'm just saying, don't get it misconstrued that we can't forget about what Moses and what he did, because what Moses did made him the greatest. He had an experience like no other. So I'm just pointing that out, that at the end of the day, Moses brought salvation as well, because when they were dead spirits, they were under polytheism until Moses came and he said, look, now we can follow the true God of Abraham, the God of the Hebrews. It was signs to be given that the God of the true God that we're not under no foolishness, but we're under the God with power. You know what I'm saying? The God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. This is what Moses introduced back to them because they had been in slavery.
Why do we need a New Testament then?
Because they had Israelites that transgressed the first one, but not all Israelites transgressed the old. Elijah didn't transgress.
Who was the mediator of the First Testament?
Man, you know who that was, baby. Moses all day. Okay. You know it, man. My man. That's right.
Who's the mediator of the new?
Christ is.
So right now, right? We need a mediator. So as a result, Christ has taken that seat. He's taken that spot. That's it.
But let me ask you a question. When you brought up the transfiguration, okay, you also remember that Moses and Elijah went up to heaven too. As not to be a repetitive point, there were other men who achieved the same greatness Christ had when it came to the Father. Now, I want to say, just to add as a point, it leads to show that the very aspect of it, that the Father is purely the greatest. That's why Christ also said the Father is greater than I. So when they try to say he's the begotten son, they were also sons of God during Job's time. A lot of these titles were already existed before Christ came, and even physically before he
does
came
that
on
have
the
to
scene.
do with what we talking about, man?
No, because what you mean? What it has to do with, brother? Paul
Saying that there's other sons of man does not take away from Christ being the man. There's one.
Moses is the man. No, Moses is the man.
There's one mediator between God
Moses
and man.
the man.
There's
Hey, and guess what?
Hey, shut up for a second. There's one mediator. There's one mediator between God and man. Who's that?
Hey, first of all, Moses is my mediator.
There's one.
I am answering it.
There's one. Tell me. I need you to tell me who it is. There's one mediator between God and man. Who's that?
That's right. And in my case, it's Moses.
Okay, no sweat. I got one more question for you. What's 5 plus 5?
Let me ask you a question, Tazari.
Can you answer my question? Wait. Hold on. Listen, I'm gonna let you rock. I'm gonna let you go right after you answer. What's 5 plus 5?
It's 10, brother.
Appreciate your dumb ass out of here, man.
You know what, Cap? There's only one thing. You should have said, how many commandments did Moses
get? Right. No, because he said 613 earlier.
Nah, you should have said, well, how many was written on the slabs?
Oh, right. That man started off saying, like, I could tell where it was going. When people talk fast like that, and when you try to slow them down and they don't want to slow them down, that's telling you they're not going to listen, and they don't have a direction to go to. Right. When he first said they made Jesus God, that wasn't in the Bible. Right. So he's saying he's not a Christian, but he's talking to me as if he's talking to a Christian. Right. And then he said he's seen my debates when I said Jesus is not God. So why would you come to me with Jesus is God talk? Right. And then when Kadazar cut him and he said he believed in the Old and New Testament. So when Kadazar cut him and said, you got Moses there, you got Elijah there, and the Father said, this is my beloved son, hear ye him. You know what that means? We don't hear Moses. We don't hear Elijah, not over Christ.
Right. Hey, Cap, I didn't even get a chance to go back to 49 to then talk about, well, what's the point of waiting for Shiloh, and then who's the lawgiver from Judah?
Right.
Because like if a society is always going to grow, you know what I'm saying? So as a result, laws are always going to be given. This is why, just like Moses learned aforetime, you know what I'm saying? So it's damn near like, you know, there was no need for automobile laws when there was no automobiles. As a society grows, technology changes, so on and so forth. But what I'm saying is, a lawgiver is supposed to come from Judah.
Right.
What does it matter if you get a law from a Judite?
Right.
What is it? And if you're saying that that's Christ, what are you beefing with him for?
I don't get it. Now, I think it's been 20 minutes. I think we talked to that cat for 20 minutes. We're going to bring James back. James. Now, I think where you was leading off, James, is that you were saying that Yeshua, it leads back to Jesus being God. Am I correct in that statement or no?
Yes, I want everybody in your audience, your little fanfare, to go and look up Yahweh in Hebrew and see that it definitely is I am. And you can add Lord or Adonai or the Shema into that. But he never gave us our name. As the angels told Manoah, the father of Samson, you're not allowed to ask me my name. When Jacob said, give me your name to the angel of the Lord. Hold on, let me speak, brother. I was in time out for 20 minutes.
Hold on, brother. You was, but I like to do point for point instead of jumping scripture to scripture. So when
that's because you can't match me, but go ahead. You're slow. Go ahead. I'll be patient with you.
No, it's just so that we can have an open dialogue. And when Samson's parents, that was an angel, correct?
Right. So
now,
wait. So hold on. He wasn't allowed to ask him his name. So if we're not allowed to ask the angel of the Lord his name, why are we allowed to ask Yahweh his name?
I'm not arguing that he said that, but when he left, who did Samson's parents say they saw?
They said they saw God and he spared their life. They might die.
Got you. So was that angel God?
Do not listen. You cannot revile the gods. Any angel come down, you got to revere him like the Lord. Every last one.
No, I'm not.
Don't tell me about no judges. I know the Bible like the back of my hand, homie.
But you got to
You're
at least
disrespecting Christ, and I'm trying to stop you from doing it, man. That's all. That's why the young brother got off the way he did. He's learning from you.
Before we get to Jesus being God, I'm just asking you. That was not God. That was an angel, correct?
And we still ain't allowed to ask his name.
I'm not talking about the name at all. I'm just simply asking you if they thought that was God and that's an angel. Jacob, did Jacob wrestle an angel or did he wrestle God?
He wrestled an angel of the Lord, but he said, God spared my life and I live. Peniel is the name of this place.
Got you.
So anytime you deal with an angel, you have to address them as the Most High. Anytime.
Well.
You
So
call
you
him Lord.
you and I would
Abraham
agree.
called him Lord, brother.
You and I then would agree.
Elohim, Adonai, all of them. So if Christ came from God, he's from heaven. If he made everything, how is he with God?
You lucky. I love content. I love content. So you and I would agree. Wait, relax.
That's all I'm telling you. I died for Christ and I killed for Christ. So stop doing this shit, nigga. Because you don't anyway. You a 6 foot tall punk. Don't let me prove it. Don't let me to you, nigga. I said leave him alone. Leave Christ out your mouth, you fucking faggot. How about that?
Wait. One thing we ain't gonna do is take my inches away.
Fuck ass nigga. Don't let me prove it.
Yeah, you put some respect on my inches. Just ask the ladies. Inches matter.
You fucking faggot.
I am 6'5". I am 6'5".
What the crap?
I am not 6 feet. I am 6'5". Put
I
some
feel
respect on
you all. When I see you, I'm gonna make you take a
all right.
See that nigga?
Yeah, we know.
We know. Where he stands.
We know.
James, if he give the order, I'll slap the mustache off him.
We know. No, I don't want to do that. I like him like this. Like, what you say?
Doesn't the Bible teach you how to have, like, discipline?
Yeah. Remember.
Look at my face, you bitch ass nigga. That little lightweight ass faggot beside you talking shit.
He looked like a rat.
Yeah, he does.
His whole face looked like
we got to call him
Splinter. Yeah, no, I was just I said the same thing.
I'm telling you.
No jesting, no foolish talking.
Me and Cutter's eyes here.
You have no discipline.
Jesting is for faggots.
Cutter's eye all the way in Texas.
You got
he had Splinter on his mind. I had Splinter on my mind.
You're a comedian.
As soon as I saw him, I just saw a rat nibbling. I just saw a rat nibbling. That's what I saw. I saw a rat.
Hey,
you are not a man.
No discipline.
You are not a man. And I want everybody to pay attention. This man that came up here said the F word, said the fag word, did all these words. And I'm just trying to have a conversation with him.
But he's so close to the camera.
Look at he don't even realize he's not even on the stage. Y'all, he talking. Yo, he talking and he not on the stage right now. I'm gonna give you one more shot, James. Can you turn your camera off though? Turn your camera off. We don't turn that motherfucker off.
Man, you ugly as shit, homie.
Yeah, I mean, god damn, that nigga came out. Where the cheese at? Where the Y'all can't tell me I don't love my people. Y'all can't tell me that. This man called me all type of fat. Try to take my inches away. You can't. You tell a sister, you give a sister your set of inches and then tell her you ain't got them inches. Hey, y'all ever see I'm Gonna Get You, Sucker? Yeah. Remember that scene where he had the girl and he was like, you know how I said I don't know how many inches he said he had. I ain't really got those inches. I got these inches. Did you see her face? Her face like, God damn, this is the nigga I got to deal with. Don't take my inches. Hey, James. Look, listen, James, listen. Okay, good. He took his camera off. Thank you. James.
Oh, hold on. Let me speak because y'all doing homework.
The fuck up.
Hey, if I could say this, sir.
Okay. Before we, hey, L, before you don't say nothing. What the fuck is that in the background? All right, hold on 1 second, L. Yeah, what you gonna say?
I was gonna say, there's a lot of people in here that love Captain Zarya. There's a lot of people all over the country I love Captain Desire. There's a lot of people who's not in the UPK that also love Captain Desire. You see what I'm saying? So when you talk about a man,
Most High Christ.
think about people who love him.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Hey, real quick, tell me this ain't him.
Yeah, that's him.
Tell me that don't look. That's you, twin. That's you. That's
the beard and everything. That's him. That's James. Stupid motherfucker, man. I love my bro. I love what Hazahab. Let me translate what Hazahab saying. I'll fuck you up for Captain Tazaryak. That's what he's saying. Watch your mouth when you talk about Captain Tazaryak, because he's gonna be okay. He's gonna say, okay, I'm just battling the brother. But I don't look at it that way. That's what Hazahab is saying. I look at it like I want to wring your neck. Like I want you to be in front of me. So Tazaryak could say, don't do it, but I would want to do it. That's what Hazahab is saying.
I say Salaki after.
Yeah. Hey, let me tell y'all a story. Hey, one quick story. One quick story, El Baza. One quick story. When we was at class at 2 West 115th Street,
oh man,
a young Hazahab, he might have been 1,000, might have been a 50. Remember we threw that cat out?
Yes, sir.
We've had to throw a lot of people out of school. We throw this cat out. He was like, but my phone is right there. I say, Hazahab, give him the phone. Hazahab took that phone and just flung that shit. Hazahab just flung the phone at him because Hazahab was irate because we had to throw him out of school. You better be careful. The Lord, our love for the Most High is why a lot of people don't get treated the way that they would get treated. And you should thank the Lord for that. All right, go ahead, El Baja, if I'm saying your name right. Is it Baja?
Nah, I'm Puerto Rican as hell, so that just says Baja Panty. That's what that says.
Baja Panty.
Okay. In other words, the panty dropper. I should have changed my name. But,
yeah, you should have changed that name because there ain't no panties dropping up here, brother.
I'm the that means when I'm interacting with women.
I know, yeah, but you ain't.
It's all good, man.
Okay.
It's all good. But,
hey, Cap, that might be an oil name.
Oh, Baja Panty.
Hey,
okay.
You got it now. You got it. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, you get it now.
We vibing. Go ahead.
All right, so check it out. So I got a couple questions. So I've interacted with you before, about 1.5 years ago. You probably don't remember me, but so I got a few questions, right? So have you gone down the theory of what they're talking about, that the Bible actually took place over here and not where they claim? Have you heard of that?
Is this one of my? Is this where we going?
Listen, you said,
no, I just got a few different questions.
He wasn't talking to you. He was talking to you. Cat, you so wise.
Yeah, I already knew that. He was like, this is like you see how Officer Hazahab's area expertise is Hebrew. Mine is dealing with conspiracies. All right. Yeah. So that rabbit hole is bullshit. You know what I'm saying? Like even there's like this white hippie that's all over social media right now who's putting out a lot of different misinformation. I don't know if you've seen him, where he tries to say that the Mississippi is really the Nile and you can tell from its 7 tributaries and all that. And it's like, meanwhile, the Mississippi has thousands of tributaries. Like all the things that they say are not only easily debunked, you know what I mean? But not only is it easily debunked, you have so much anthropology that you can't fit into it, because you have to not only accurately depict, for example, the movement of how people went east to west, north, south, where these locations would have been, but then where's the people? So where's the Hamites? Where's the Hittites? Where's the Moabites? Where's the Ammonites? Where's the interaction between all the contemporary civilizations? And then what you start to find out is they're all on the opposite side of the world. You start to find out that none of that is over here. Now, is there certain archaeology that you could find in the actual Grand Canyon of ancient Egypt? Yeah. Because Egypt used to come over here in search of resources and gold, and then they stopped their exhibitions. You know what I'm saying? Like, you have different societies that touched America, but they never stopped and inhabited it and like colonized it. You know what I'm saying? Prior to the indigenous here actually building pyramids, so on and so forth. And then eventually white people coming and colonizing it. But as far as this being the Holy Land, no, it's on the opposite side of the world. And there's not enough archaeology and anthropology to remotely make it true.
So the way I've gotten this some of this information, right? Because I used to be real deep into the Bible, right? And then as you go down the knowledge and you understand, like, once you lie to me one time, I question everything. From there on, so now my first thing was, like in the Bible, he says, you're gonna come to me, you're gonna call my name, and I'm gonna look at you like a stranger. I'm paraphrasing. Obviously, that's not exactly what was said, right? But I feel like when they say his name is Jesus, that's where I'm thinking that's where that goes, because the letter J didn't exist back then. So the minute you tell me his name is Jesus and I figure out that letter didn't exist, now I question everything now. So they say that the Noah's my bad guy. No, go.
On the G cutters, if I could, can I just ask you a question? Is the name Jesus Hebrew or Greek or English?
I don't, just from us saying in English, I don't think it's a Hebrewish name, because if that was the case, that letter J didn't exist when he was alive. Because I could be wrong. I don't know everything. Go ahead.
So when they saying Jesus, so let me ask you another question. Before, have you ever read it? You said you read the Bible. Have you ever read a King James 1611 Bible?
I've only read King James, but I don't know the numbers.
Yeah, so the King James 1611 doesn't have the letter J in it for Jesus' name. It has like an I there because it was pronounced differently. Like you say, the letter J came earlier. So are you saying that it's wrong because it says Jesus? Am I to get you correct?
So that's like if your name is Michael and I keep calling you Bobby. Are you going to respond to Bobby if your name is Michael?
If the translation of Michael into the language that they're saying Bobby lines up to what Michael is in that language, that would be the
Cap. He's Puerto Rican. We would call him Miguel.
No. I want
to. Hey, yo, y'all niggas is hilarious. Nah, I don't know how anybody can get mad at you. Y'all
but I want to stay right there. But I want to stay right there because I think what you're thinking is a lie. Is really just your misunderstanding of how translations of languages work. Like even Jesus by Latinos would be Jesus. You wouldn't pronounce the J either, right? Right. So Jesus is not wrong in their language. It would only be wrong if they said Jesus was Hebrew. So if Jesus is not Hebrew, in Hebrew, it's Yahushai. But if you go from Hebrew and then you start talking in English. So if a Hebrew speaking person meets an English speaking person, they have to now communicate. So they got to say, okay, we say this in Hebrew. This would translate to this word in English. So that's what you're seeing with the name Jesus. The only way that you should have a problem with the name Jesus is if they said that was Hebrew. But if they say it's just a translation of a Hebrew word, because everything that you read in the King James Bible from Genesis to Malachi is Hebrew. In the New Testament from Matthew to Revelations, it's in Greek. I'll give you another example and I'll give it right back to Katazai. What is Jesus in the Old Testament? If it's not, none of this is a gotcha moment, because you acting like we're having a good conversation. What is Jesus in the Old Testament? What is the name of Jesus in the Old Testament?
You're asking me? I don't know.
Yeah,
you're asking me? I don't know.
It's Joshua. Yes, because when you translate the Hebrew word Yahushai from the Hebrew into English, it's going to come back Joshua. When you translate Yahushai in the Greek into the English, it's going to come back Jesus. But Jesus and Joshua is the same name. But in the Hebrew, it's just one name, Yahushai. So really, once you understand the different languages, like we have a Hebrew class, so once you can get past the languages, and it's not just Jesus. In the New Testament, you've heard of Elijah, right? The prophet Elijah. So the prophet Elijah in the Old Testament is Elias in the New Testament because it's pronounced differently in the Greek.
Hosea in the Old Testament in the Greek is pronounced OC because it's a different language. So what you're really having an issue with is just not knowing the language. I'll land right there, Kadazai. You can pick it back up.
Go ahead, bro.
Oh, so what I was saying is, once I figured out this letter don't exist, now I go down a rabbit hole, question everything, right? So now, when you go down this rabbit hole, they say,
Before y'all do that, should your name, should it be a male oil or women's oil?
So a Baja Panti is an action.
So
it's gotta be a male oil, like the men put this on and drop panties.
So men put this on and drop panties, right? Yeah. I'm gonna have that oil by tomorrow.
Hey, I promise you, bro, you are hilarious, B.
Hey, you gotta send him a pack on the house, man.
Yeah. Hey, listen, I don't even. What's your actual name? I'm not about to call him nigga.
Yo, so my name used to be 5'5" on YouTube. I was
okay.
5'5".
So 5'5". I need you to send me your name and address. I'm gonna send you this oil. Baja. Let me text myself this name so I can get it right.
Panty dropper in Spanish. It's right. Panty dropper in Spanish.
No. I don't want. Yeah. But I'm you spelled it correctly.
Baja Panti.
But what I'm saying
translation in English is panty.
But you spelled it correctly, right? On what I'm looking at right here, right?
Correct. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You could type into Google Baja panty dropper in Spanish, and it'll say that.
Panty. Got it. Okay. All right, no sweat.
So
oil be made and added tomorrow. Baja Panty.
Yo, this is crazy.
I'm definitely gonna wear. Wait, but hold on.
And since we're doing that, right?
Panty. No.
So if we doing that, right, and you make $1 million, I need a cut, bro.
Listen, I got you.
If you make $1 million,
I got
you. So no, seriously, sir. All right.
Well,
so if you can't
go back to it. Y'all go back to it.
So if you can't tell, I can do content. I know how to, even if we agree or disagree. Even if we agree, I know how to do content to bring out a disagreeing point just to get the content going. Oh, read out the comment, guy.
No, it just said the hell. No, you good. You can keep talking. Keep talking. Yeah, go ahead, keep talking.
Okay, yeah, I don't like talking over people and none of that because it's not good for the audience. But so check it out. When you go down that rabbit hole, right, it says that the gopher wood, the wood that Noah's boat was built out of, that only grows in Florida, I guess. And then that green fruit is supposed to be aguacate, and that only grows in Puerto Rico that I heard of. I mean, now it probably don't, but back then. So can you just explain that little bit, and then we could go further after that?
In which capacity?
What you mean? Because if Noah's boat was built out of that gopher wood, and if that gopher wood has only grown in Florida.
But here's what I'm saying, though. According to who?
Hey, can I?
Well, that's why I said.
Can I jump into y'all? Can I jump into y'all conspiracy world, Kadazai?
Please.
Listen, I've been hanging around a lot of conspiracy theorists. So I think I can jump into this world a little bit.
Okay.
Pangea, right? Pangea is that all the continents were connected at one time, right?
I was going here, but go ahead.
Oh, my bad. No, please, you got it. No, you got it.
No. I'm just letting you know we here. We here.
Okay, we
That's
here.
where I was leading you to.
So now, so when you mention Noah, that's before the flood, correct? And so most people don't know that the flood didn't just start from above. The flood was above and below, correct? So if Pangea is a time where they say all the continents were connected until they were separated, maybe they got the gopher wood from whatever locale you say it was before that locale was separated. That's it.
So you're saying that it was all hold on, because now I gotta process this. So you're saying if we line up the map in a certain way, a lot of these lands do line up because I connect together. Yeah, a lot of these lands. So I've actually had this kind of conversation with one of my other friends that he's a Hebrew Israelite as well, and he was putting me on to how we are. Damn, he told me this shit. I can't remember. He was like, yo, because he's Puerto Rican and black. And he was like, yo, this is our blood. He was explaining it to me, right? So this is how I said it. I was like, once you lie to me, I got to question everything. Like, why are you holding books back from me? That's like if I give you a movie that's 2 hours long and I remove 45 minutes of the most important parts of the movie And then I tell you to explain this movie, and you say, but it's missing this. And I say, I don't care. Explain it. And that's the only thing, because like I said this before, they say slavery, right? If you go back to slavery, there's always going to be more slaves than masters. Always. And if you look at America, there's more white people than us. So I think that was part of the trick. I think we did run all this. And I think that's part of the trick. And I think that this Bible gives us a lot of the keys that we just don't know because they're withholding a lot of it. And when you go into this conspiracy theory, they say that there's a lot more pyramids here than anywhere else. And with the gopher wood, and if you go up the Mississippi, that's where it branches down the way it's described in the Bible. Not in this part. I think you got to go up by Canada. I think it's all the way up north. That's where it spreads out the way it's described in the Bible. Like they even talk about a lot of the cities in Utah are in the correct places and the way they're mapped out in the Bible. In the same linear spaces, the way they're mapped out in the Bible, the same name still exists to this day. But I don't want to hog the mic. You guys rebuttal, please.
So if we're going to use the Bible, right? And even if, for argument's sake, because let me tell y'all something, I don't care about where the land is. You know what I'm saying? I don't I don't care if the land's here. I don't care if the land is the other side. Why did the Bible say we lost the land?
Because I thought we went against what we were told.
We went against what we're told. So you know what that means? The most important thing is not if we're in the land, is not where the land is. The most important thing is obeying God. Because if we lost the land, right, then how do we get back, you understand, to getting what belongs to us?
Right.
We have to first find out what God wants. We have to first find out, you understand, what we broke, what we disobeyed, so that we could even reclaim, whether it's on this hemisphere or whether it's in another hemisphere. We ain't going to have shit if we keep disobeying them. So you know what's more important than geography? You know what's more important than where the actual location of Jerusalem is? Because Jerusalem now is the people. The temple is the people. It's getting the people right. You get what I'm saying? Now, I think what you're saying, if we were to look at those tributaries, there's actually more than what you're saying if we go north. There's way more questions, like I said, even when it comes down to the people. So it actually doesn't line up. But you know what? I can go and find you, you know what I'm saying, where they found the Moabite steel. You know what I'm saying? And that's on the other side of the world. I can go and find, you know what I'm saying, where they actually pulled the black obelisk from, you know what I'm saying, in the Assyrian Empire. We can go and find all these ancient sites on the other side. They're not over here. So the more civilizations that we find, the more regime changes that you find, they're all on the other opposite side of the world, which is why I'm saying the more that we start to go in anthropology, which is just the movement of people, the more we have to go to the other side. Because here's another thing, right? You know what the Bible said, that where the 10 tribes went. It said they went to a land where no one was dwelling.
That's right.
What continent is where no man was dwelling? Like, let me ask you something, right? So before the Aztecs, the Incas, the Mayans, who was dwelling here?
They don't tell us, because I'm pretty sure if we're able to go into the Grand Canyon, we'll be able to answer these questions, because that's what they say. In there's a whole history, but that don't go with your question, because we don't know that.
But
here's
what I'm saying though, right? You can find a cultural diffusion, right, up to a certain point for specific civilizations. But the time periods, if they were to find something from Egypt, are not the oldest periods in Egypt. You know what I'm saying? So meaning, if I find an artifact from Egypt and like, you know what I'm saying? Just like in America, right? There's specific architecture throughout different times. You can drive through a historic section and see that this is different than a modern day Toll Brother development, right? So just in this lifetime, you can go and you can look by the way they build something and tell what year it was built, right? So if we were to go in there and we start to find even traces of another culture, they're only going back to specific dates. and they're not the most ancient dates of those societies. So
Hold on.
which
I
one?
gotta push back.
And if the things over here are younger than the time periods over there, yes.
So when you go further south, my brother, when you go further south, the biggest pyramid in the world is on this side, and it's older than the ones over there.
It's the biggest ziggurat. It's not like an actual pyramid, but I get what
No,
you're
no.
saying. Okay,
but everything is on this side. They're
No.
all even. Go ahead.
but something being larger doesn't make it, you know what I'm saying, the oldest. For example, the Burj Khalifa is the tallest building in the world right now, but that's a relatively more newer skyscraper than when you go over into New York and you look at the Freedom Tower. So something being bigger doesn't mean that it's older.
So in the past, they say it's older because it's bigger, and it got smaller because it's newer, and they didn't have the technology that they had back then. That's why they say that it's older, because it's bigger. They say they don't have the knowledge. I'm sorry, guy. I'm not trying to.
No, go ahead. Go ahead.
So when you go into it, they say that it's bigger and there's more of them here because, and I don't mean here like in America, I mean like in North America and in the Americas. They're saying that their pyramids that they haven't with the the ground penetrating radar, because they haven't pushed the woods back on yet. It's still all jungle. They're saying that the biggest ones are on this side and they're still not even discovered, and they're bigger. The ones in Giza, all of that is smaller because they didn't have the tech that they had back then.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? But again, remember, we're going by the history of the same people that told us that we ain't shit. These are the same people that are telling us this. So that's why I think we got to take certain, my bad guy. I'm not trying to cut off.
No, I got you. But here's what I'm trying to say, though. We're talking about a cultural diffusion. We're not talking about, you know what I'm saying, the size of an actual piece of a ziggurat. You know what I'm saying? Like, we're not talking about the size of a structure. So if we go into the Grand Canyon, because there's tons of people who, before they block those caverns off, that there's an actual record of specifically in Egypt, the time frame. It's not even dating back. What I'm saying is, if they were to find anywhere in Egypt where it matches, it's not even the oldest portion that it matches. Even when you go down into the indigenous culture, there's pieces of that culture that when they find, they don't go back before Assyria. You find traces of the Assyrian captivity, because our narrative is that we left the Assyrian captivity and came here. If we would have left a separate society, we would have found traces of that society. But then when you look inside of Assyria, it just so happens that, you know what I'm saying, that's even younger than what you're finding inside of Egypt. But then when you go in Egypt, you're finding older dynasties that you can't compare what they find over here too. So that shows you that they had to come over here at a later time and come from that civilization, and that this can't be the origin spot. You see what I'm saying?
Because no, I get what you're saying, because it's like I'm getting it's like conflicting information, because when you go down the rabbit hole, when you get over here, it depends on where you're talking to. Because when you talk to people that's relevant over there, they be like, nah, these pyramids come before those, that people were living over here. And then it's like societies were doing the same shit at the same time without talking.
But do you got sources, or do we just got conspiracy videos?
So these are people that are trying to translate other languages. So you have a white person talking to somebody in South America that don't know English, trying to translate it. And he's giving you artifacts of the, like, they're in the locations. So I don't know if you still call that a conspiracy if they're there and they're showing you the actual structures.
I'm not saying, but here's what I'm saying. There's artifacts that we could find, right, in North, Central, and South America that are Israelite artifacts. We could find the Shield of David in Nicaragua. We could find it in Ecuador. We could find it in Mexico. We could find phylacteries. There's literally a phylactery stele in Mexico where they have a cord wrapped around the arm 7 times and then the box on their forehead. You know what I'm saying? You could find traces of this culture. So this is what I'm talking about when it comes down to either cultural diffusion or cultural evidence. And you don't have any sources of Israelite culture originating on this side No, now you have artifacts, but even if you look at the artifacts, they're from a later time period. They're not even from the oldest time period. So it don't matter if you look at Egypt. It don't matter if you look at Israel, nor does it matter if you look at Assyria. All of those things are pointing to a later time.
Okay. I'm just asking the questions, but I'm not into the beef and shit because I just have questions in my mind. That's all. Because if I have these questions, I'm pretty sure that there's other people that have questions. Because like part of it, I heard Christos. That's how you would say that, Christos. They were talking about that this Christ is a liquid that actually resonates and it goes up to your brain. Because if you look at your corpus callosum, it actually looks like a person on a cross.
Okay, before we get into
that's biology.
Before we get into any Kundalini energy or anything like that, I personally love archaeology and history, right? You know what I'm saying? And you've been a great guest, but this is what I'd like to do. And since we're at the last 15 minutes, I do want to.
I take off. It's all good.
No. Before you go, this is what I'd like for you to do. If you got any of the videos, if you got any artifacts, if you got any books, do a little bit of homework and come back next week and present them so we could actually have the conversation. You know what I'm saying? Because I mean, I want to see what you're talking about, but at the same time, I want to be able to show you that if we even look at any traces of these cultures, you find precursors and older versions of them on the other side of the world. So if I can't find something older here, but I could find the progression, and it just so happens that by the time I find what you have here, it matches an earlier time, you can't say it originated here.
Boy, right there, yeah, that's my boy.
If I may, you keep in contact with us through crossthelineRadio@gmail.com.
You feel me?
Cross the line radio at G. I heard somebody talking, but I didn't see a
he said send the information to crossthelineRadio@gmail.com.
All right.
Yo, for sure. And what I'm saying is next time you come, bro, bring the videos. You know what I'm saying? You could share them on the screen. Like I want to
so now what it is that I just finished doing a live, right? And I was editing a video for tomorrow, and I just said, "Oh shit, my guy's on," because I told you I'll be watching. So I hit play, and I finished editing my video, and I heard these dudes coming up on your platform out of pocket. And I was like, "Yo, that's not."
Listen, that man, this one dude typed in the private chat. He done called us all type of F words and all type of stuff, man.
And that's why I was like, I was like, yo, I gotta pull up and at least give these dudes some type of good content because people are just being like, I get that on TikTok. They jump on their TikTok, just call me the hard ER nonstop. Yeah, it'd be the wildest, yo. Look at that, man. I like shouting out your donations, man. Shout that out.
Yeah, man. I'm trying to. You keep in the get. No, I'm just messing.
I'm sorry.
No. I'm just messing with you, bro. You've been one of the few rare guests that actually get it, and it's probably, you know why you get it? Because you just said you was finished doing a live stream. So because you run content, you know how to actually do content, how to have the conversation, be interrupted, XYZ like that. So you was definitely a hell of a guest, and I do want you to get that information to send it to us, and then next Thursday when we do the show again, you can actually show the information that you was talking about, and we can go further into the conversation. All right.
Appreciate y'all, man.
And I'm definitely taking that name, El Baja Panty. That's gonna be my new nickname. Zaryak El Baja Panty.
Just make sure.
Wait, how you say it? Say it one more time.
What happened?
No, say it one more time. How do you say it?
El Baja Panty.
El Baja Panty.
Hey, and when you email us, send us where we could send the oils to.
And what city and state you from? City and state you from?
Oh, I'm on the East Coast, man. I'm in New Britain, Connecticut. You heard?
Okay, yeah. I'm in Jersey.
So, because I used to do a lot of content, a lot of political content on YouTube, and I'm a Trump supporter, but people started hating. I was doing like 1 million views in 2 hours, and they kind of smoked my boots. I did one live where I got like 7,000 in cash apps, just straight content. You know what I mean? Like I'm in the hood, so I try to do all positive. I grew up in prison, so I don't really do too much negative shit. Not with the negative. You know what I mean? But yeah, man, I support y'all definitely, man.
Definitely, man. I
dig it,
man. Bring that stuff next week, and then we'll see where we go from there. Right?
Just keep doing y'all thing, no matter what. You heard me?
That's right. Panty. Just call it Panty for short. Panty. What does Panty mean? I take the panties off. So, maybe I'll see. I didn't get a 5 off for the 20 because
I know what type of content I'm gonna make. I'm gonna just go on there and start debunking all the conspiracies, Cap.
That listen, how long have I told you that is your lane?
That is
You
not
damn right, April. Yeah, I've
April
told
told me none of that.
It's a fucking lie. I've told you this forever. Ever since you was in my house, I'm not gonna say what you said. I said that's your lane.
Right.
Drew, you're up next.
Captain Kazda.
Yep.
Wait. Hold on 1 second, Drew. Hold on 1 second, Drew. Kaldazar, how's the high want to say something to you?
What's up, priest?
What's going on? So how about just to support the conspiracy theory, just a little bit, right? You know, in Genesis 10 and 25, it said that for in his days was the earth divided, talking about Eber and his two sons, Peleg. You know, Peleg, that's the Hebrew name for divide. You know, the earth was divided in that day. Just to help the conspiracy. Water.
Most High Christ.
All right. No sweat. Drew, what you got, Drew? What's up, Drew? Drew, you there?
Dang, I can't hear nothing.
I can hear you.
Can't hear nothing.
I don't know why I can't hear it.
Because you don't know what
you're gonna have to fix the settings.
Yeah. Do something with the settings, buddy. From a
damn phone.
Yeah. From a small town called Two Below. There was two niggas there. They below now. That's where he from. Y'all want to end with James? Y'all want to end with James?
I don't even care if he ever comes back.
What about DNA? So you got Drew, DNA, and James in the back.
DNA.
I think DNA means well.
Okay, we're gonna try DNA one more time. What's up, DNA?
Yeah, how y'all doing? I just want to say, listen, man, you know, we still family, no hard feelings. I was just saying, you know, Christ also said, what did Moses command you? So, very briefly, you remember when Paul was preaching and they wanted to see what would validate the epistle letters. The scriptures would validate. So Israel compared those epistle letters to what the scriptures had said. Otherwise, it wasn't going to take it. So the reality is,
all of them were
Christ
letters,
came
right?
and he said, okay, what did Moses?
You know, all of them were letters, right?
Right, but the epistle letters were New Testament, in the script. In the scriptures was Old. I mean, Old Testament. Yeah, when you.
I don't know I don't know the point he's trying to make.
Bam. Yeah, man. Now I was. Hello. Is there any way we can do a debate, a professional one, and I'll be
All this just to get a debate.
another time?
All this just a debate on what?
About the scriptures, brother. Religion. Let's talk, because I'm gonna be more equipped and ready.
Focus. When you say debate,
okay,
you want to debate. You got to have a topic that you want to debate. Right. That's how battles
Okay,
work.
I want to debate. What? Okay, the top will be me feeling Moses is greater and the Old Testament being superior to the New.
Cap, I got a brother for him.
Who you got?
I got a brother from down here. I want to either Gadiwan or Kakum.
I love both them niggas. Yeah, you can get what you're asking for. I do got a caveat. Yeah. I do just got one question. Is the Old Testament? Did somebody get rid of him? He dropped off.
Leave? I didn't drop him.
Okay, I didn't think none of y'all. I don't think y'all don't drop content, so I don't think it's shots. We'll see if he come back. We're gonna try Drew one more time. Man, he get on the vacuum start going as soon as he get on the phone. Drew, are you there? Can you hear us?
Hello, I can't hear y'all. By the way, I don't know why I can't hear on the opposite side of my.
Yeah, you can come back. We kick him and he come back. Let me see. I can't hear you guys. I'm gonna just read some of these things that James said in the back chat while he was waiting. At 11:28, he said, "Just say you are a Prince Hall Freemason, FAGGOT nigger."
No, he used the hard ER.
Yeah, I'm gonna say it. He used the hard ER, even though I don't think there's a difference in the word. He used the hard ER.
He calls it Wakanda.
Then James at 11:40 says, "Why can't y'all openly say Joshua is translated to the English? God is the Savior, and Gabriel gave him that name, not man. Faggots. Whoever heard of a priest commending a man's looks? I don't know what this homosexual is talking about. Can you put that picture of James up again one more time? Do you still have it?
Man, I don't have it right now.
Okay, you don't have it.
You want to try Drew one more time?
Yeah, we're gonna try Drew one more time. God damn, Drew,
Hey,
can
how
we
y'all
hear?
doing? Yeah, I can hear
Can you
you now.
Okay, what's your
I had
question?
I just have some simple questions. I have a question about the last verse in the book of Malachi when it refers to Elijah coming before the great and dreadful day.
Right.
Would you guys say that in certain instances when it talks about a Christ figure in the Bible, or it relates, some of these people kind of have correlating journeys, do you think that those people are a precursor to a Christ that would come amongst our nation, Judah and America?
You mean like could we apply the scriptures of old to America today?
Well, yeah, not in terms of, because I know we're walking through scripture, but I'm talking about in terms of like when it talks about the Christ and when it talks about certain men, it gives them names, but they have the it's kind of hard for me to put it in words. I've been
So
working all day.
no problem. So I'll try to explain it the best way. So when it's in Malachi, that was fulfilled in John, and then the Christ was fulfilled in Yahweh. And so in the book of Daniel, I think the 12th chapter, it said it was sealed up the book until the end. Hey, I'm gonna mute you while I talk because you got some horrible background noise. So in Daniel the 12th chapter, it said to seal up the book until the end. And so now at this end time, we see those things that were written in the book coming to pass now, which is why you see a lot of prophecies, whether it be in America or abroad, being fulfilled. So the coming of Christ now will be what you read in Revelations. So Malachi happened already. Revelations has not. So the Christ or the Mashiach, when he returns, you see the prophecies in Revelations when it's talking to him. I'm gonna unmute you so you can respond.
Yeah, no problem. The only reason I was asking that because when it uses the words like before the great and dreadful
book bag right there,
before the great and dreadful day of the Lord, I don't know where in history where we can point to where, because it sounds to me like that's a description of God's judgment coming. So what I'm trying to say is that the description of Elijah, the description of this Christ figure who would come at the end times, what I'm saying is, do you think that Christ is from Judah, aka from the black man and woman in America?
No.
And the only reason I ask that because when the book says that, we will raise up a prophet for every nation. And when we look at America, we're the newest nation, technically, and the newest people because of the transatlantic slave trade, with the breeding of, the raping of our grandmothers,
You're looking at
all that
nations
mixing of the
wrong.
blood. You said what now, sir?
You're looking at nations wrong. Like you're looking at nation in a modern sense. You know what I'm saying? Like you have two types of nations in the Bible. You have a nation like what you're talking about with America, which is like a ethnically diverse, and then you have nations that are races. Like when God made Elamites, the only way to be a part of that nation was to be a descendant of Elam. When he made Moabites, when he made Israelites, those are actual direct descendants, all people of the same stock of people. So the youngest nation and the smallest nation that was created was actually Israel. You know what I'm saying? There's 17 different races on the earth, 17 different nations on the earth. And each one of those nations have different tribes, just like we have 12 tribes. But as far as nation, like as in America, that's not the type of nation that it's talking about. Because America is ethnically diverse. You have Moabites in America. You have Israelites in America. You have Hamites in America.
Yeah, I understand that part. I mean, I understand what you guys are saying.
Those are.
I was just my whole thing was just the Christ coming from the black man and woman in America, given the fact that we do fit the prophecy of Genesis, where God said that he will come himself to his people and he will judge that nation from which they serve. So what I'm saying is that I just don't see where any of what is promised, most of what is promised in the Old Testament to have already happened, but something to happen, because when Jesus came, he was claimed that he was sent by God, right? But the promise that God made to Abraham was that he would come himself. You know what I'm saying? And then when you look in the book of John, where Jesus said that it's expedient for you that I go not away, for if I go not away, the comforter may not come unto you, and he will reveal all truths. So what I'm trying to say is that
what do you believe it means, him coming himself?
Just as he says, that he will come and raise that nation from which Abraham's seed would serve in a strange land for 400 years. You know what I'm saying?
So how did he come last time?
Well, that's the thing. There's no record of him coming at all, besides him sending messengers and prophets.
So what I'm saying is, you don't believe that that land was Egypt, because that's where the Lord visited. That's why he says, I am the Lord God who brought you up out the land of Egypt. He visited Egypt, and he visited Egypt with plagues.
Yeah, I agree with what is said. To my understanding, that when it's describing Egypt, it's describing America.
Well,
I mean,
America
because
is
only reason
spiritually
why,
Egypt, but there's an ancient Egypt.
yeah, no doubt. But the reason being is because when you look at Exodus, there's a lot of questions that has to be answered for Exodus, because it doesn't quite add up all the way. So,
like what?
How many you get?
like, to me, I just don't see how. I think of Moses. I think of the story of Moses in Exodus. It is the exact story of the black man in America. I don't think that it is a story that happened, but it's a story that was to come to a people who would serve a wicked nation.
So is that the whole Bible, or is that just Exodus?
I just want to just Exodus for now. That's just an example, like, you know what I'm saying? Because it doesn't say what Pharaoh had the children of Israel. Like the questions I have is, how was Moses able to get the children of Israel to one location without Pharaoh and his armies knowing anything about them gathering? Because we always have traitors in the group. You always got someone that wants to bootlick. You know, how did Pharaoh amass his army at the shore to chase them, and then, was crushed entirely?
So
After they went.
you just question the Bible. So you just don't believe what's written.
No, I don't question the Bible as saying I don't believe it's written. What I'm saying is, I don't believe that it is a story that that has happened, but a story that is unfolding for us.
So you don't believe what was written, because this is saying that this was written in the past. When you read the entire Bible, it even does a callback to this actually happening.
Yeah, but I'm saying, like, all right, let me.
Do we have to celebrate? Just real quick, do we have to celebrate the Passover?
Well, I'm gonna be honest. I'm not Jewish. I don't really know Jewish customs like that. So you would have to educate me on the Passover.
So if you, for example, right, like if you read the scriptures, it talks about celebrating the Passover in every single generation, and the reason is to remember what the Lord once did. So meaning that the reason as to why there's a specific meal. You know what I'm saying? Lamb, unleavened bread, bitter herbs. The reason why there's a feast of unleavened bread is because of the fact of the matter of the story that we didn't have enough time to put the yeast in. So this doesn't have to do with Jewish tradition. This has to do with the biblical tradition. So what would be the point of this feast being throughout all the generations to remember what he did in the past if it never happened?
I see what you're saying. I mean, I'm not educated, so I'm not even gonna try to guess at that, because I don't want to make an ass out of myself. So, I'm gonna have to look into that aspect of the Passover and how it came to be. I'm just more on the side of most of the Bible being allegory. You know,
there are allegories in the scriptures, you know what I'm saying? Like, so it's not as like the serpent in the garden is an allegory, like, you know what I mean? But there are things that are literal. There are things that are chronicles. There are things that are history. You know what I mean? And that's why even inside of that, you have callbacks to those historical events. And this is also why people try to find different archaeology to then say, oh, wow, this happened when I already knew it happened because it was in the Bible. I didn't need the Moabite steel to know that that the Moabites existed. You know what I'm saying? Like, I didn't need that archaeology because I believe the word. That's why I said, I believe. This just comes down to, do you believe what's written or not?
and yeah, I mean, I can agree with, you know, I mean, I don't mind, you know, I don't knock nobody for their belief. It's just me personally. I kind of like to match what
Hey,
it
but
says.
I think you discrediting. I think you're discrediting what Kadazai's saying.
No,
And I think no,
oh, my bad,
you're
Cap,
not
my bad. Go ahead.
you're not doing it on purpose. I'm just trying to get you to understand.
Mm-hmm.
Kadazai brought up the Moabite stele, right? Before that Moabite stele was found, did they believe that Moabites existed?
Oh, who, the white man or
history? Did archaeologists believe that Moabites existed?
Probably not until they found, you know, remnants
That's
of
right.
them.
So what Kadazai is trying to explain to you, the Bible is the one true accurate history book. Remember, when it comes to history, it's about what archaeology can find going back in the past. Whereas the Bible has thousands of years of history before archaeology can find it. So the Bible writes about the Moabites. They don't find that to the 1800s. And one of the main things that critics of the Bible would use against the Bible was saying, well, it mentions these Moabites, also the Hittites. The Moabites and Hittites were two prominent figures in the Bible that peoples that were scoffers of the Bible would say this can't be true. And then they found archaeological evidence of the Moabites and the Hittites, and then they validated the Bible by what they could find. That's how you sound. What you're saying, and this is why Hebrews the 11th chapter is so important to the children of Israel, because no matter what archaeology they find, have you ever seen God?
I mean, when I look at myself in the mirror, I see God.
Don't be so stupid. Have you ever seen God?
Not personally.
Do you believe in God?
Yes, I do.
Okay, then why wouldn't you believe in the Bible? That's what faith is. You don't believe in God because you've seen some. Hebrews 11 chapter says faith is the evidence of things not seen. That's what it says. I believe in God so much, I ain't never seen him, but I keep his laws. I'm afraid of him. I know if I break his commandments, I'm going to get punished. If I keep his commandments, I'll get his blessings. And I ain't never seen him. So as you having this conversation with Kadazai and you saying, I need to see this, I need to see this, I don't think you believe in God at all. I think you're a liar about believing in God. I think you are a fronter. When Kadazai asked you, Kadazai, what did you ask him when he said he don't know Jewish customs? What did you ask him?
The Passover.
Passover.
Right. But you believe in God, but God said you got to keep the Passover. General Hyman made an excellent point when he said God's love is transactional. And that's what love is, period. Love is transactional. When somebody tells you they love you, you immediately think about what they've done or what they have not done. So when you say you believe in God, I say you're a liar, because if you believed in God, you would know about the Passover. You asking about things you ain't seen, but if you read the Bible, Leviticus, the 23rd chapter said keep the Passover. So my question to you is, why haven't you kept the Passover? That's my question.
All right, I can answer.
Yes.
So the only reason why is, like I said before, I just don't know about the Passover. I did admit to Katazal that is something that I would have to go back and look at and study.
Let me ask you a question. Do you keep the Sabbath?
I don't know what that is either.
So you don't keep the Sabbath, you don't keep the Passover. Do you eat shrimp, crab, lobster? You eat catfish? You eat those things?
No, I don't. I don't eat swine. I don't eat none of that.
Okay, that part is good, right? So you're a brother that could be on your way. So I think before you look for meat, what you're talking to Kadazai about is meat, but you have not learned the milk. Hebrews 5:12 says, "For at times we ought to be teachers. We have first need for us to get the milk before we get the meat." So what I would advise you to do is learn what the commandments are. That's the whole duty of man and woman. Fear God, keep the commandments. If you haven't mastered the commandments, how could you ever master anything else? The Lord won't even be with you. I pray you understand. Where you from? Where you live at?
Phoenix, Arizona.
If I gave you a number for Phoenix, Arizona, would you go to class? Would you call the number and get in order and get in class?
As of right now, I can't because I'm an HVAC tech, so I'm home.
You're on the fucking phone right now. So you saying
just got
you can't?
home.
Are you saying you can't use your
I just
phone?
got home.
Are
No,
you
I can use my
saying
phone.
you can't?
If you send a link or if you send me something,
No.
I'll tap in.
I asked you if I gave you a number, would you use it?
Yeah, I would, especially when it came to learning.
Okay, let me know when you're
understanding.
ready. Let me know when you're ready to take this number down.
All righty, give me a second.
Now I'm gonna tell you something, right? I say this to everybody that I give numbers to, so this ain't special to you. Don't waste my time. If you're not going to utilize this number, don't take this number. If you're going to utilize this number, when you call it, if they don't answer, you text and leave a voicemail. So are you going to take this number?
Yeah, I'll take the number.
It's 480 376 3298.
Do you guys have that office located? I think it's the I-17 in Peoria. You guys have a school over there near the QT, I think. I think I've seen
Illinois?
In Arizona, I think I've seen an ISUPK.
You call that brother, he'll be more adept to answer that question. I'm in Jersey. So he'll be able to answer that question better than I can, all right?
Yes, most definitely. I do have another question. If I have time.
You want to take this question?
Sure, go ahead, brother.
Yeah, okay. So another thing that I struggle with it when I first heard of the Israelite movement is the 12 tribes chart.
Proceed.
I just need an understanding. How do they know who to identify who with, given, because my mother, she's more into the scholar of the history of the transatlantic slave trade and the secret relationships between blacks and Jews, white Jews, and the transactions of slaves from Africa and how they mixed a lot and bred a lot. So how do we know, say, if in the seasoning period they took the Africans to the islands to make them more docile, and then when they're done with the seasoning process, they brought them up through Virginia, Galveston, New Orleans, Florida, those ports. So with all that mixing going on and all of these switchings of families, how do you know exactly who's from what tribe?
All right, this is not like give me John 3 and like answer, you know what I'm saying? Because we're talking about not only thousands of years of history, but we're also, you know what I'm saying, we're using prophecy, archaeology, anthropology, and all this historical data to put it all together. You know what I mean? I did a 3-hour lecture, and the only reason why it's 3 hours is because I condensed 16 hours of information, and that's just the little bit of information that I had. You know what I mean? Into 3 hours to make it palatable. It is on Cross the Line. If you go on the channel, you can watch the entire lecture, and then you know what I mean. You can go from there if you got specific questions on it. But there's specific prophecies for all the tribes. It's no different than like the vast majority of the world. Have you ever heard that America is Babylon?
Yes, the mystery Babylon.
So is America called Babylon literally?
No. She's just a That's just a sign of her.
So the reason we have the signs is because they're spiritual markers inside of the Bible, which would identify through prophecy where we are today. And we look at those markers and we look at the world around us and they line up, right?
Yes, sir.
That's how we identified the tribes. And then once we had that treasure map of identifying the tribes spiritually, we then went looking into the history. And then we found out that the indigenous Mexicans said they had a special ancestor called Issachar. Then we went over a little bit further north, and then, you know what I'm saying, we started to compare those languages of the natives to Hebrew. Then we went a little bit further north, and then we found a what do you call it? We started to find Hebrew artifacts. Then we started to find the 10 Commandments. Then, you know what I'm saying, you start bringing laymen over and clergy, and they start translating or writing down the oral tradition of them. And they're like, yo, this sounds just like Genesis. This sounds, and so on and so forth. And then through all that information, we added it in through all the archaeology, through all the anthropology. You know what I mean? Through Montezuma himself saying we came from the east. He didn't say we came over a land bridge. He said we sailed across a great water from the east and we landed here.
Yeah, I mean, I can understand that, because when you look at Maui's story, you know, he's a seafaring man from Egypt. You know, that's his origin story. But in terms of like so you guys don't believe in the ice bridge, you know? You don't believe in that?
So first,
the Bering Straits, or what they say, the Bering Straits.
First, it's called a Bering Strait theory, right? Number one, it's a theory. The theory is not something that's been proven. Number two, I have arguments against it ever even existing, or even if it did, there wasn't anybody at that time who could have crossed it during that direct time frame. Now, even if there were tribes which crossed a so-called Bering Strait, it was not the 12 tribes of Israel who came to America from that way. The 12 tribes of Israel crossed the Atlantic to get here. And when they landed in the Caribbean, Central America, Florida, this area. And the way that we know that is because if we look at all the greatest civilizations inside of America, they start in South, Central, and North America from the Yucatan Peninsula on down. In these areas, and then they start to move, but they start to move northwest. They don't start northwest and then die down as they go southeast. They start to die down the further you start to cross the Mississippi. So that's anthropology. So if they would have crossed the Bering Strait, then why are all the pyramids all, you know what I'm saying, in the southeast? Why aren't any of them in the northwest? Right. Why is there
I did hear that they had pyramids in Georgia, not the Nuwapian pyramids, but
no, right. But what I'm saying is that that's still the East Coast. You didn't say Washington, you didn't say California. You didn't. You know.
I mean, would you agree though? Because, like, for instance, in Morelos, Mexico, right, there is a Catholic church that is built on top of the pyramid, and the pyramid lays underneath the Catholic Church,
and this
you can't
still the East
Coast. Wait, hold on.
This is still the Southeast.
Okay, I let me rephrase what I'm saying, right? So
Cap,
I understand what you're.
Let him get this last part out, then we gonna wrap it up. Go ahead,
yeah, no problem. So when you say they came over here on boats, okay, I agree. Do you agree with Ivan Van Sertima and his teacher, Alexander, I forgot his name, but he wrote the book Familiar Faces?
Agree on what?
How that when the Native Americans came to the Americas, that there were already structures and people here?
You'd have to give me specifics.
Okay, so the Olmec.
He ain't got none.
Hold on. The Olmec civilization, right? They know the Olmecs were a real civilization, highly sophisticated, similar to the civilization in Egypt. They had they had pyramids, evenly cut stone, slabs put together, same type of structures built. Okay. When they see that the Aztecs and Mayans came to those ruins, you can tell the difference from the architect. So you went from nice precision cuts to like marble stones stacked on top of each other with their own version of concrete.
Yeah, so no, I'm of a completely different persuasion. You know what I'm
Okay.
saying? And the persuasion that I'm under is that the Olmecs was actually more of a sister civilization rather than a mother civilization to those direct civilizations.
But they do predate the Aztecs and Mayans. Like, for instance, King Pakal, he said he is a direct descendant of the Olmecs. And when you look at the hieroglyphs on the Olmec statues, they are jet black. Like, their priests are jet black. When you go get a tour out there, the Mexicans will tell you that they are black.
Pictures of Montezuma looking black. I don't have a problem with complexion. When the indigenous were found here, the Portuguese called them negro de terra, meaning Negroes of the land. So I don't have a problem with any of them being black. What I'm saying is, when they try to date the Olmecs, or, you know what I'm saying, the Pan-Africans try to adopt them and make them Hamites, I'm saying it's closer to a sister civilization than a mother civilization. And most of those empires were not as separated as what you think. Last thing, Cap, you know what I'm saying? That the Tainos, the Arawaks, the Mayans, all of them, they had advanced trade routes with each other.
I don't disagree with that. I don't disagree with that at all.
And do you know how you have advanced trade routes? Because you have to have a common tongue. You have to be able to communicate with each other if you're going to do commerce. That's why people go and learn Mandarin, because they're trying to do business with the Chinese. Well, these different civilizations were not as separate. They were more like providences of different tribes that communicated and traded with each other.
And that's what
a lot of the narrative that we have is bullshit.
Well, and that's why I said reference that they came before Columbus, because it's the same thing as what you said. I'm not in disagreement with the trade routes or none of that. They already found Eastern African spear tips in Mexico and in the Amazon. So we know that they had a trade route between each other, just like how we would have today. I'm not under the illusion that there was only one advanced civilization. I understand that just how we have civilization, there was civilization in the past. And that's how Columbus was able to talk to the natives, because he had Africans with him translating the language. So I'm in agreement with that.
Columbus brought Luis de Torres with him, and Luis de Torres didn't speak African language. He spoke Near Eastern languages. He spoke Chaldaic, he spoke Arabic, and he spoke Hebrew. And
Arabic is an African language, though.
No.
Yes.
No, it's a Shemitic language. Africans are Ham.
No. Arabic is an Afro-Asiatic language. It is a Semitic language.
Calling Afro-Asiatic, you have to separate that. They call anything.
That shit don't sound like.
It was Africans. It was the Africans who taught the Caucasians.
Africans are Hamitic.
It was the Africans who taught the Caucasians proper language. They taught them Arabic.
And it's not an African or a Caucasian language. It's an Arab language. It's an Ishmaelite language.
Arabs don't go back that far.
That's a lie.
Arabs don't. White people only go back 6,000 years. So.
Oh, you talk about Arabics or white people? Which one you talking about?
Well, Arabs are white.
What you're confused about?
Arabs are white.
Arabs are not white.
Let me ask you a question.
Slow down. You have people who
when you got Arabs, hold on. You look at some of these Arabs, they have blue eyes and blonde hair.
You have people who are calling themselves Arab today that are the bastard children of Ptolemy. So I'm not telling you that there's not people who claim to be Arab who are actually white. What I'm saying is that the quote unquote Afro-Arabs that you're talking about are the original Arabs. That's their language, and they still exist. And a lot of
they're black.
But what you're calling black, we are black. Our people are black. Everybody that's skin folk ain't your kinfolk.
Right.
Yeah, I understand that. I totally understand that.
Be quiet. Hey, be quiet for a second. What you confusing? What Kadazai is talk about when he talk about the Ishmaelites and the Arabs, he ain't talk about where historically. You can make that same argument about the Egyptians. When the Ptolemies went into Egypt, Cleopatra's white. That ain't what the fuck we talking about.
Yeah, you're using modern racial taxonomy.
Kadazai. Yes. He's using stupid nigga history talk. That's what he's using.
That too.
He's not using intelligent history talk. If you're gonna talk about shut up. If you're going to talk about Arabic language, you have to go to the origin of where that language came from.
Africa.
So you can't say the language was white people. The term Africa didn't even exist back then.
No, it didn't.
Then shut up. Hey, stop talking. Hey, get his mic ready for mute. He should shut the fuck up. Shut up. Africa didn't exist. Kadazai, you can't say that because I sat here and let y'all talk for a minute. And as I'm listening to y'all talk, every time you try to give him the historical, biblical, and actually information context, he come with some blackety black bullshit. If you're going to talk about language and you don't know the origin of the people or the language, you should shut up and listen to the man that does. And that's what Kadazai knows. So when you talk about the origin of Arabic language, you have to call them by their proper name. They're Ishmaelites. Ishmaelites come from a Shemitic stock. That's what Kadazai was trying to explain to you. Africans are Hamitic. That's a different stock than Shemitic people. What you were trying to do is talk about when there was an infiltration of white people. Even when you talk about the Moors is if you're not talking about Moroccans and you just talk about Moors, that's a conglomerate of Israelites, Africans, and Arabs. If you're going to talk about Egyptians, when the Ptolemies took over, that's Africans and white people. So you got to pick the argument that you want to have to actually be intelligent. Kadazai just having mercy on you because he know you stupid. I'm listening to you talk stupid, and you need to be told the truth. You don't know nothing. You don't know history. You don't know language. You don't know nothing, and you need to be in someone's class to learn. And I was the same way. Kadazai was the same way. We were men that knew nothing, and we got up in a class to learn. That's where you're at, brother. I land.
I understand, Cap. I respect your opinion, but I would not say that I'm stupid and don't nothing.
You can't say shit now.
And with that,
we appreciate y'all rocking with us, man, tonight, man. Join us next Thursday.
Peace out, James.
12 o'clock midnight. I hope you call that number, Drew. I hope you call that number. But until next time, shalom, Israel.
Shalom.
I think I